Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back for another BoshNRoll Legacy video. Today, I'm playing a super spicy brew that I'm very excited about. This is Yorion Paradoxical Outcome combo from TonyScapone. And not only am I playing Tony's deck, I have Tony with me here. Tony, hello, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on? So I am TonyScapone. Obviously, I built this deck you see before you here. I do have my own, if you don't mind me plugging, a YouTube.
Please plug everything. Yep, go for it.
Yeah. I got a YouTube, Twitch, basically anywhere you can find anyone. I am on there. My name is TonyScapone on all of those things. So TonyScapone, one word, TonyScapone. And yeah, I mean, like most people right now, I am stoked about the whole Mind's Desire unbanning, and it has caused a lot of brewing. So for a while, I was brewing all sorts of, ritual-based storm decks, and if I'm being honest, initially when it was spoiled, I was excited, but I had my doubts about its actual power level as it translates into, competitive legacy gameplay. And as expected, at least for me, it's been a bit clunky. And I actually kind of gave up on ritual-based storm decks. And I came to the conclusion that if it's going to be useful, it's got to be in kind of its own shell, maybe a different shell. And my first thought was an actual mono blue deck. And I had seen Killaby, if you're familiar with, testing out some Paradoxical Outcome. And I've seen a lot of ring combo decks doing some work. And I thought it might be possible that there are enough cards to make PO work in a mono blue shell with these monoliths, right? Grim Monolith, Basalt Monolith, along with the keys. So the keys make monoliths, steady mana. And they're also rituals, right? I mean, except for Basalt Monolith, right? That's even, but with a key, it allows for your keys to be additional mana, and they're permanent mana sources as well, which is a crucial thing for Paradoxical Outcome. If you're just spinning off rituals into it, obviously you're really not getting all that much value out of it. You have to be returning permanents. So when your permanents also net mana, it's exponential, right? The more cards that you're returning, the more cards you're drawing. And if those cards produce mana, well, any mana past 4 that you're bouncing back to your hand, Paradoxical Outcome becomes not only reduced in mana cost, but obviously and potentially you go up on mana. Never mind the cards that you're drawing into. So we see this card a lot, or I guess not as much these days, but it has done historically a lot of work in Vintage. I'm no Vintage expert. I've dabbled, but I certainly know that.
Yep,
so,
anyone who's been following my work, I have 4 Eternal Weekend Vintage top 8s, and 3 of them were with PO, including the time I won. So I've been in the finals of Eternal Weekends twice with PO and another top 8. Big fan of that deck, and I've played it on the channel a number of times.
Which is one of the reasons why I came to you with this deck, because I knew you'd be stoked about it. I know how much you love PO, and I know that you have kind of that force of will player in you.
Absolutely.
Of course, today we see, and I guess I'll just answer the immediate question that probably ran through most of your heads when you saw this list. Yes, Yorion, why? Do we have to? Is it better? Are we memeing? What's going on here? So I've been fiddling with and testing, for the past 4 or 5 days straight, these mono blue piles, whether they be 60 cards, 80 cards. Am I 100% Yorion? 100% sure that Yorion is better? No, but I'm very close to. There's a lot of compelling reasons to play it, and they are legitimate. First off, I should mention that just card quality on a whole these days is very high, which mitigates greatly the biggest problem with Yorion is the fact that you have to run 80 cards, right? We have additional Force of Wills to put in our deck. We have just very powerful cards across the board. So that's a great thing. Yorion Revealed is a card that enables this sort of thing greatly. The One Ring is probably the biggest card that has enabled what this deck is trying to do. Obviously, we're playing Mind's Desire today, but some other reasons for Yorion. First off, the flicker effect is very powerful for this deck. We can flicker the One Ring, we can flicker, which isn't as huge as all of our mana, the keys, the monolith, and when you have keys, well, now it is insane flickering them with a ring in play, because you draw just a bajillion cards with that. So it very good as far as its flicker effect, and I cannot overstate how good putting a blue card into your hand for 3 mana is. Also, and I can't overstate this deck makes more mana oftentimes than it knows what to do with, right? Usually mana is not the bottleneck. We are jamming must counter spells, and on occasion it really helps to be able to reach into your back pocket that is there every single game, that being a 4/5 that can flicker your stuff. So I have found Yorion to be great. I have found the 80 cards to not be all that bad for us, and at least for now, I am almost completely sold on the card. Now, just to speak briefly as to what the deck actually does, it dumps a bunch of mana, and then it stops what the opponent's doing through Force of Wills, and then it recoups those cards pretty easily with cards like Emery looping Baubles or replaying our engine pieces back into play. The One Ring drawing cards, even with a single key, that just blows right up. Paradoxical Outcome. These are all card engines that this deck is very good at putting together, and in the event that you go low on resources or run out of resources, we have a ton of just all of our action is huge off the top. Even Yorion Revealed, a draw 3 off the top. And even if we miss, we can spend that turn on tapping our mana rocks, our monoliths, or basalt monoliths, so that when we do draw the action, we are ready to just blow up. You can hold on to redundant mana pieces to make your Seagate restorations bigger. Not to mention, these are all huge cards to hit off of Mind's Desire, which we haven't exactly mentioned. So this card, like I said, I don't think it's spectacular in ritual-based decks. It looks like it might be great or okay in the Epic Storm, although me personally, I think that deck is better as an ad nauseum deck, but I haven't done any testing with it. I'm sure they'll figure that out. Maybe it is better. It could be wrong there. But direction I'm going here is that we're not necessarily trying to just turn one Mind's Desire, let's go. Although every now and then you do get a hand that is like that. But not only is a Mind's Desire for 3 of 4 really potent for this deck, it works very well with PO. So you can have a Mind's Desire that you're holding on to. Say you have a Mind's Desire blue card and a Force of Will. You're waiting around to force their thing, hoping that you draw into something like PO. Now you can bounce all your stuff, replay it all, Mind's Desire for a bajillion, off you go, right? How do we win? I guess is the last thing that I'll go through, because we don't want to go, maybe we'll go through the sideboard a little bit, but how do we win? Primarily, we are winning through Thassa's Oracle, which is a brave move, right? An 80 card mono blue deck. But this deck, when it goes off, it draws the whole thing very easily. So that's what we do. We draw the whole thing. We play Thassa's Oracle. We win the game. When you're drawing your entire deck and making virtually infinite mana, as something like Paradox Engine will very quickly do, you could play literally anything as a win con. Could there be something that is better? Sure. Every now and then I try to put some heavy thought into it and come up with something. I haven't. Thassa's Oracle is really powerful. The way in which it wins, the fact that come on. You win the game, right? Honestly, if the One Ring didn't exist, I might go with something else, because Thassa's Oracle on its own doesn't do all that much. but just the fact that it doesn't care about the ring is huge right now. The ring is everywhere. It is a powerful card. I would expect us to only see more of this card, honestly. I don't think it'll go. I don't think we'll see less of it. I do think it's as powerful as you think it is. It's probably better than you think it is. Just on average, however you as a viewer is looking at this card thinks it is, it's probably better. That's my personal opinion, at least.
I think that's a fair take.
Right. So, Thassa's Oracle. Now, that does mean we can't exile it. I used to play one Pull from Eternity when it was a larger... I was playing more Echoes at one point. That's a card that lets you take a card from exile and put it into your graveyard. But 80 cards now, Thassa's Oracle, just don't... You can't force it. You just have to know that. Or you can't exile it with force. Or if you do, you're going to have to win with either constructs, Urza constructs, which this deck can make very big constructs, so that's not even necessarily, a small attribute for the deck. We have one Lion's Eye Diamond to get, of course, from our Saga, and we have one Echo, so that in the event that Thassa's Oracle is in the graveyard, we can shuffle it back in, and it's really not even that bad of a card for the deck. So I'm fine with that. And if it's in our hand and we have Saga, we have upwards of 5 Lion's Eye Diamonds that we have access to, right? But yeah, I mean, that's the deck. The sideboard. So we're not running any sort of like wish card, so we don't have to deal with a wish board or anything like that. We have ley lines between the 7 forces. Sometimes I play 8. And ley lines. We have graveyard decks pretty well covered. We have a couple of grids. These are good cards against really any blue decks. Even combo blue decks, typically, and this is one thing I love about this deck, typically in Force of Will decks, you can't really run grid, or it's that awkward tension where if you're against another combo deck, you want Force of Wills, but Force of Will combo decks, you play grid, then you shut off your own Force of Will. This deck makes so much mana reliably and in a permanent way on board that you can play grids to stop your opponent and pay for your own grids to stop your opponent with Force of Wills. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that, or have been. We have a couple Kappa Cannoneers for additional side steps. Just really solid card. We can cast it very easily. It's difficult to remove. I don't think I have to sell people on Kappa Cannoneer. It's widely applicable. Echoing Truth, so that we can bounce pesky things, such as Null Rods, Collect Roofs, Deafening Silences. These cards that are really looking to shut us down. I can't really see the rest of the sideboard though. With so Shadow Spear, a great tool against tempo decks that we'll be bringing in so that we can gain some life. Haywire Might. That's why we're running the one Tropical Island, thanks to Yorion Revealed. We have 5 cards ultimately that can get that. So in the matchups where that matter, we have reliable access to green mana. Of course, not to mention our petals, our opals, but it's nice having the non-artifact green sources so that we can still remove, say, a Deafening Silence in the face of, say, a Collect Roof. We have a second Otawara. We have one in the main, one on the side. Great tool to be able to bounce pesky things that previously noted. But in addition to that, maybe Chalice, maybe Trinisphere. You know the cards. And Karakas, of course, which, if you played the format at all, this bounces all sorts of things. Notably, Lavinia. That card is a pain in the tuchus. And it is specifically good in our own deck. It bounces our Emery, bounces our Urza. It bounces our Yorion. So, as such, we have one in the sideboard, and we can bring it in. I guess one last thing. Minamo? School of, untap a legendary permanent. So we can untap our Emery with this, and we can untap the One Ring with it. So that's pretty sweet. And you'll notice that generally speaking, our deck has some potent hits off of Mind's Desire. So I'm pumped for it. I've been having not just a lot of fun, but a fair amount of success with the deck as well. I say fair, and I think it will be better than fair once this dust settles. The dust that I'm talking about is the dust that includes a lot of null rods, flusterstorms, stifles, additional forces, just a ton of hate out there right now. So I would take results with really any storm brew or desire brew right now with whatever grain of salt that makes sense to you.
Sweet. Yeah, I had not spent any time with this deck before we started recording, and now I feel like I'm an expert for it. That was a thorough exploration of all the cards, and I'm excited to do this thing. You ready to get into it?
Let's do it, man.
Sweet. We're on the draw for round 1. This hand, I'll just say, doesn't look good to me. How much faith do you put in Yorion Revealed to get you off the ground?
Maybe if it had like a pedal or something, or a bobble or something to at least Emery on 2.
Right.
But this is seeming a bit too slow.
Yeah, that not great. Okay, here's a Yorion Revealed, land number 3 for Saga. There is a bobble here. This hand still doesn't look super great to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit awkward, but I would keep it rather than go to 5. You
Sure.
probably put down the Paradox Engine or LED.
So we have
Probably
a
LED.
clear route to 5 mana. Yeah, I'm thinking LED. Yeah, the mulligan decisions on this, like you were talking about how it's kind of a interactive blue deck that becomes Storm when it's convenient, which is different mulligan decisions than a real Storm deck. Okay.
Right.
Do you like getting Saga pumping for the tutor? Do you try to get constructs out of it at every opportunity?
Certainly not at every opportunity. In fact, probably less so than most other decks. They played Mountain Pass, so we probably think this is either Painter or some sort of initiative.
Yeah, it's like initiative that has a big turn 2, or it's Painter that's just getting set up.
If it's Painter, I would want to go faster and play Saga.
And we can bobble them and find out.
Yes, that's a good idea.
All right, let's start with that. This is where they show us another mountain. Show me something useful. Great Furnace. This smells like Painter to me.
Yeah, I would play Saga because I'm not really looking to wait around and make constructs.
Sounds good.
And just hope they don't have a Blood Moon.
Do you fire a Monolith here or just save it?
3, 4. I would just hold on to it.
Okay. Not interested in turn 2 engine here. Is that doing anything for us?
No, I don't think we need to.
Cool.
We have a lot of mana coming. Saga gets a key. Monolith is going to make a ton for us. We're definitely interested in a Force of Will. However, obviously Painter is pretty good at dealing with Force of Will, so I would actually rather just draw into a... Best draw is probably Ring.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Are we cycling this Yorion Revealed? You don't really need to, but it does lock up land number 3 in a way we don't have to spend other mana to do.
I would hold on to it.
Sure.
This engine might get us going, and we might be drawing cards with it.
Or we found a force, kinda.
Yeah.
Do you invest in Monolith, or do you save it for Storm?
I'd play Monolith.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, it's very rare that we're saving anything for Storm. Unless we already have like everything we need on board and we're just collecting cards for maybe a Seagate as well.
All right. Opponent, let this resolve. Everything's blue, so they are telegraphing Pyroblast. But they made that decision before we played an island. But they saw Yorion, so they could have deduced we're blue probably. Unless they think we're like 2022 Yorion taxes with Urza Saga. Kind of nice that this Lotus Petal's blue. If we need to chuck something.
Yeah. I will say the 6 or 7 Pyroblast deck is probably not the ideal matchup for our
Really?
mono blue deck, but
Yeah, and having Force of Negation instead of Will actually matters a lot here on the shove.
yeah. Although I am most scared of a Grindstone.
Yep, we will fire off the counter on that if it's the stack. They're blasting our Monolith. Is this a fight we fight? Do we
Yes.
Yeah.
I would pitch. Let's see, 3, 4, 5. I would pitch Seagate,
Sure.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, pedal untaps things right away.
Yeah, post engine.
All right, here we go. Play the how many Pyroblasts do you have game and hope that we win it. One down. Fable. Okay, looks like the coast is clear for a turn of activities.
Yes, it is.
Alrighty. Ooh, that's fun.
Ooh. So we're just tapping the Saga, getting a key.
So key gives us an extra round of monoliths. If we get Opal here.
No, you definitely want key. Key gets you 2 mana on board when it's free with a monolith, and also if we draw into ring, it becomes a lot of cards too. So it's modal, and then it can be mana or action. It's also exponential with a ring. So I would just get a key.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like let's talk about this. You're probably right, but so I'm thinking of how do I have the biggest turn right now, and you're thinking of this is good if we draw a ring, which we currently
No,
are
right
doing.
now.
What's that?
We're drawing a lot of cards right now. So we go key. We're tapping monolith. We're playing Paradox Engine. We play Pedal. It'll untap both of those things. Then we can decide whether we want to Lorien Revealed for 3 cards, hoping that we draw into something to be able to cast our PO, potentially drawing a permanent that allows PO to draw more cards. But then we can replay those for more mana and hopefully go off from there. But
Okay.
key is the...
All right, I'm going to trust your vision. I was worried about our blue count on this Lorien Revealed plus Paradoxical Outcome run here with no actual stable blue thing. That's why I was thinking Opal, but let's do it. Manifold Key is the better one.
Yep.
Okay.
So I would tap, yeah.
Let's go straight into engine mode. Here's this one, then pedal untaps it all.
Now we can PO here, which is probably better, to your point about being bottlenecked on blue.
Right. They both draw 3 cards right now, unless we pick up the engine as well, and might have enough mana to just do all of that, because when PO goes on the stack, we'll get an engine trigger and get to float a bunch more mana. Yeah, this thing basically pays for itself.
Yeah, I'm in for bouncing it.
Okay, so committing the island here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I am holding on to priority. We pass on.
You don't have to hold priority because the trigger gives us priority.
Yeah, I'm just nervous about Moto. I know this how this works in real life, but
yeah.
All right, we get to make a bunch of mana, 6 or 5 extra mana on the way through here, and okay. Didn't find another blue card or blue source. Mine's Desire.
Okay.
We
have a desire for a lot, so let's go engine into monolith.
Do we have blue for this desire though?
Yeah, because we have a land drop and we have Lorien Revealed.
Yep, seeing through the things. Okay, so monolith key engine. Run it.
Go engine first. We have 8 floating, so we can go engine, monolith, tap it, key untaps monolith. We're gonna have a bajillion colorless mana.
Yep, truth. Okay. Yeah, the Lorien Revealed tutor.
And I would yield to the Paradox the clock is a big consideration with this deck.
Feel you.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you still get priority on the spell that even if you yield to it.
All right.
There winds up being points where like you just don't use all your stuff with Paradox Engine because you already have a bajillion mana and you just waste the clock by using all these keys.
Sure.
We're not there yet, but we are very likely to win on the spot here. And then
LED is
play
just
LED.
free money here.
Yeah. All right. And
then we
can
cycle Yorion, and that's party time.
Oh yeah.
You get a regular island because they already have a snow one. All right, so just Desire for 9. Looks like it's time.
Let's go.
And then every spell that comes off Desire also triggers Engine, and we're just in Insano mode here. All right, they just scooped. I appreciate their respect to my clock and all of our time on this mortal earth.
Right.
All right, we got some Painter. I'll just start moving stuff that I think is relevant. You can tell me if I'm wrong. These are my immediate thoughts. Things that remove Painter and Grindstone.
Yeah, we don't need Kappa. We don't need ley lines. Orion's obviously staying in there. Caracas doesn't have any use. It's not going to be a Shadow Spear situation. I don't think it's going to come to that. Grid is interesting.
The Grid, they do have all these revs, and we're a mono blue deck.
Yeah, I think I'm interested in Grid. And like I said, we can pretty reliably still use our forces despite our own grids.
Right.
Ottawa seems pretty free.
Yeah, we can just like even cut some island or something for it. I don't think we'll need 4 islands specifically. Like if we just want to go 1-1. What are our spells to cut though? Everything's doing a job here.
You can trim a Lorien. You can trim an Urza. I think we can trim a couple Force and Negations. Maybe even all Force and Negations. But I think I'm interested in one of the Echoing Truths, the Haywire Might, and the 2 grids.
Okay. Do you want to turn...
I'm sorry, in the Ottawara.
You want to just turn an island into that? Or that is 5 already?
Yeah, we'd be going up a land. Just pull an island.
All right, that would give us the Echoing Truth as well, the second one. Because we're already 5 in, 5 out.
I don't think I want the second Echoing Truth. I would rather just not cut either the Urza or the Lorien revealed. Whichever one.
Like if we're... Yeah, I think I like keeping Lorien in.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know we end up with the same total mana sources, but cutting a land makes me feel like I want my land cycler in the deck.
You cut the snow-covered island?
I hate those. I am pretty...
I know.
I'm pretty honestly, anti just do it because it's free or do it because it's...
No, the reason I have it is because I only have 2 of the island that I like that I own on Moto, and I have 2 of the snow-covered island that I like as well. So I'm like, I didn't feel like going and sifting through islands to buy more.
That's fair.
The only reason.
Yeah, if there's not a Gifts Ungiven or an Icefang Coatl in your deck, I am not playing Snowlands. I can't be. I can't go down that road of just optimizing for whatever in percent that what if an opponent plays Predict or whatever. Not doing it. This hand is the Stains. I'm going to send it.
A bit clunky.
This hand is even worse.
Ooh, yikes.
Straight to 5. Okay, these are cards, and there's a grid.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm gonna let you tell me what to put to the bottom, because this is hard.
Honestly, I would just put the petals and assume we're drawing into a land or 2.
Fair enough.
Because it is by far the most likely draw out of any draw. Conveniently enough, it's probably what we need. Our best draws are like land plus Grim Monolith into Ring.
Yep. Story checks out. We get at least 3 looks at a land here with the 2 draw steps plus Bauble before we miss. Any Lorien is a hit. They're just going for it. They named black this time. They learned their lesson. That means our lands are safe, though. I imagine we just bobble here and
Yeah.
get our info. We're also a force deck, so it behooves us to bobble now rather than their turn.
They also play. I would play out the key. They also play Bowmasters reasonably often. I don't know if they stopped doing that or.
It's much more common in paper when Chaos Defiler is a card that materially changes how this deck works that we just don't have on Moto.
Yeah. Card's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
That's a good one, too.
We might be dead. They just need a Soul Land or a Spirit Guide, and we're GG'd right now. Well, they threw their city in the graveyard. Gotta imagine they got a plan for this. Yeah, there's a Spirit Guide. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, we don't have any tricks. Yeah, there's no, like, art that goes back into your deck to give us one turn to function or any stupid thing, so off we go.
No, but we probably should be playing an Emrakul in the sideboard, because any Grindstone matchup it's going to fix, and it's pretty good in this deck. I've almost put it in not even thinking of that interaction.
Yeah, completely castable. It's like in the Thassa's Oracle, like, how do I win now spot when I can do whatever I want, while also padding out matchups like this one.
Yep.
You want to do anything different on the play, or the same plan, just better?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
I'm good.
We're in there. Okay, we have a land and Key Monolith. Do you trust hands like this? Because I generally don't, at least not on 7.
No, it could be quite good, but this is bad. Wow.
We're getting insulted.
Yeah.
The Magic Gods don't want us to have this one.
No.
We even have the Echo. Why not an LED? Come on.
We've basically drawn a bunch of no-landers.
Yep. 3 to 5. All right, the opposite. All lands. There is force here.
Yeah, I would put down a Petal and probably Ottawara.
Yeah, I was thinking Ottawara because this is a land and a blue card. And all right.
Yep. I would just play a turn 1 Monolith and pass it over.
Get it going. Yeah, I'm pretty high on that Emrakul idea. The idea that this deck can just like cast it with pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
So I can just like zap this in and put Yorion in hand. Is that worth 5 life?
Yeah, I would do it.
Sure.
I don't think our life total is going to be. It's less likely to be relevant than getting grinded.
Sure. And that's what you were talking about in the deck tech of this Yorion may or may not ever come into play, but it just turned this blue card that was a land into a blue card that's not a land, and we hit a land drop. It's pretty good stuff.
Yep. Or if we need the land drop, we still have Force of Will.
Right. Yeah, if we find another mana source, we can shove. Is this a card we're worried about?
We have an Opal.
An Opal that's not on. Everything is blue that we're looking at right now, or blue.
We have 5 cards. It's really close.
Yeah, if you weren't here, I'd probably be forcing this, but like there are functionally 6 islands in the deck with the 3 we can draw and the 3 Lorians. Even that only gets us 1 blue because the Opal's not on. I'm worried about this thing. I'm worried about what's going to follow it up, but I'm also worried about this.
Yeah, I would force it. Yeah.
All right, thanks for your service, Yorion. Right, we didn't get spirit guided. All right, come on, One Ring. I need you now. Oh, that BoshNRoll stuff. Do you invest your Monolith in this, or do you take another 5 to leave Monolith untapped? I think we can play it pain-free. And it's about to start eating our life total, too. I'm probably not interested in paying 5 for this.
Yeah, I'd use Monolith.
All right. And draw now in case we spike a key.
Yep.
Good news, we can't get grinded this turn. They'd have to wait till our upkeep. Got him. Oh, here. You save Opals. I mean, that's a free one.
you can untap Monolith right now, and you don't get hit by Ancient Tomb because of.
Holy moly! And I can do that in the end step too. Like as long as I do it before my turn. All right.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Yeah, you might as well hold the Opal.
Yeah, it's just a storm. Yeah, Ancient Tomb dealing damage rather than paying life like every other land, basically. I guess the original Ice Age Pain lands. City of Brass.
City of Brass, yeah.
There's probably a line around 1999 where it became pay life instead of deal damage. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. Here comes the monkey.
Yeah, they're on the 8 plan. They were really in for that Magus of the Moon, it seems. All right, in the end step. Bang. That feels like cheating. No wonder Sauron wants this thing. All right. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
First things first, I would draw.
Yeah. First things first. Here they come. Urza can arrive here pain-free if we invest the Monolith. That makes a gigantic creature. And we're very close to firing Seagate. And I suspect Red Blast. Like, why would they keep this hand? It wouldn't just be on the strength of Magus. Like, there's a Reb over there.
Right. So what? They probably counter Urza, and then we're basically just passing. Can we? Because I don't think we're going to Seagate this turn. Can we bobble ourselves? See what we're drawing into. Actually, I don't think that's going to change our decision.
Does that affect, like, do we just pretend
I would just Reb? I would jam Urza. They're going to Red Blast it. We're going to use bobble and pass.
All right, I still like using Monolith to protect my life total, as Ring is our whole plan right now, rather than Ancient Tomb. Do you agree with that?
I think I'm willing to pay 2. We're so likely to win next turn.
Okay. All right.
And I want that mana for that turn.
Sure. All right, so we get rebbed here. They attack us to 7. Ring puts us to 5, and we can tap our Ancient Tombs one more time. I guess we're bobbling here. Or Force of Will deck, might as well know what we're up against. Backup Magus. All right, well, we're not taking 2 for our Ancient Tomb. Did I play a land? Do we want to play a land? It's
so with these MDFC lands, you can click on it to find out if you're unsure, because there'll be a selection, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's turn 4.
I would. That's a tough choice. It's gonna be a mountain.
Yep. And we'll have blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 next turn. One Ring would have to come up with a a basic or artifact blue source for us to cast this thing. And it would be good for 3 cards. Or
let's hold it.
Okay.
Because if we draw Force of Will too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think that mountain is going to be the difference maker here. I would love to see just a medium-sized Mind's Desire. I mean, I'd rather just like shred them to bits, but medium-sized Mind's Desire doing the thing would always make me happy.
Yeah.
Goblin Welder. That'll be annoying next turn. No Magus yet. This smells like someone with another Red Blast if they don't play this thing. They were basically all in on it 2 turns ago, and now they're waffling on even casting it.
Yeah, we are on the hunt for a ring. I mean, a key. We draw a key, we are in business.
Yeah, we draw for turn, then draw 3, Ring draws another 4, and then Seagate doubles our hand from there.
Yeah, and we do have 8 of them. And that's not the only... I mean, there's plenty of good draws outside of that.
All right, opponent did not play Magus. They might just want Ancient Tomb to hurt, or they have interaction. Oh, just gonna tap the Ring. We're not getting another turn anyway.
Another Ring would work.
Oof.
Okay. 2, 4. So they could have Bolt even, but we can't play around Bolt. So I think we're supposed to. They're going to counter either Seagate or Lorien, so then we can cast the other, potentially. Do we have enough for that? That's a total of 7, and then 5 blue. We have 1, 2, 3. We do have 5 blue. So you want to cast Seagate first because Seagate's not going to draw that many cards anyway. If it's cast second, because we're going to have to play out our opals.
Okay.
So I think I'm in for just casting Seagate right now. We'd have
All
to,
right.
yeah, tap for blue, play an opal. But
Blue.
between our bauble draw, our draw step, and our 3 from ring, these were actually very poor draws.
Yep. So we have to go into Volt range. There's no playing around that. And
Yeah.
time to restore Seagate. And hope that they didn't play Magus because they wanted us to hurt from Ancient Tomb, not because they have another spell. Built immediately. Red on the stack. Sure. Okay. So we go to no mana floating and draw 3 cards and question mark profit. I wish this was Mind's Desire. And that looks like a brick to me.
Yep.
All right. I mean, that was an exciting last turn, pairing into the faster combo deck with 7 red blasts in it in round 1 with our mono blue combo deck. Tough beats, but that's
yeah,
fine.
and I think we put ourselves in a heavily favorable position right there too, and we just whiffed.
Yep. All good. On to the next one.
You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7 Factor Software and Magic player Jeremy Duvall. 7 Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7 Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7 Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better.
We're on the play in round number 2 against Danny Bambino, who likes himself in Ancient Tomb. I believe he's been working on a lot of like stompy shit lately. So I don't know if that affects our mulligans here, but we've got land, opal, petal, opal. Is this turn 1 ring, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it is.
And we keep these. All right.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it's a shame. Not that I'm super greedy or anything, but shame we couldn't also come up with a blue card somehow. But yeah, I'm just gonna shove this thing. Okay, the 3 opal, and we got a
Danny was also playing a fair amount of Black Saga Storm a bit ago.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. He was messaging me a lot with a list that he was excited about for a while. Turn 1 ring. All right, cool. I know he was a control boy before. I'm glad he's not anymore, though. Or at least not in this league. Oh, Lauren revealed. Ooh, that could have been dicey. Is there any reason to draw now versus later? I guess we're force deck.
Bobble.
Oh, right. Yep. Good call. Lots of reasons. 8 reasons to do it now. Okay, turn 1 ring. Pretty spicy.
Not bad.
Underground Sea. Nice Thoughtseize, sucker. Maybe next turn. All right, let's ring the bell here. Got force backup now for whatever's coming. Bonus ring for future considerations. Do you play Seagate? No, that's a good blue card. I think I just want Tropical Island.
I play Trop, Petal, and put Yorion into hand, so now we have double force.
Heck yeah.
There's that Yorion coming in.
Sick. Yeah, double force. Lorien revealed and Underground Sea give me Mind's Desire vibes.
It might be some sort of shadow deck too.
They don't really play Lorien revealed because they never get to 5 mana. They're big on Troll of Khazad-dûm.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if this was a tempo deck.
Yeah, plus they didn't play a Watery Grave or get another Watery Grave, you're right.
Yeah. Duress, yeah, combo deck confirmed. Are you a card is worth information kind of gamer, or a take a look, you're dead kind of gamer?
I mean, sometimes, but it doesn't really. Sometimes it's the first thing, but it doesn't really matter here. I would just let it go.
Yeah.
We already have a ring.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Just rather lose 1 card than 2.
Yeah, I actually had a coaching session earlier today where we talked about this exact kind of situation, and the exact equation that we're talking about is a card worth our secrets or not? And this hand, we don't even know what it does yet because we're about to draw 4 more cards.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that information is very important, or sometimes you have no choice, like whatever my only out is, hoping that they pass the turn, thinking that I might have another force, or,
Right.
it's usually kind of a desperate play, but...
Yeah, it's either a massive show of strength or a massive show of weakness, and that's not super helpful because it's the 2 complete ends of the spectrum.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes I'll Cabal Therapy my opponent, they'll force it, or I'll Thought Seize, they'll force it, and then I'll Cabal Therapy and name Meltdown and hit.
Sick.
And they're like, what the heck?
Got 'em.
Well, that's the only reason.
All right, there's an Urza, and let's see what bounty awaits us. Mind's Desire is a ways away from being useful. Otawara Urza is a pain-free way to put Urza into play. We could also... I'm not super hyped on taking 2. Like, maybe I'm a wuss, but 3, 4, 5, these are big numbers.
Yeah.
I kind of like Otawara as land, Urza, pain-free.
Yeah, sure.
Urza's a heck of a ride to blink with the Yorion, too. Alright, they know we have double force, double blue card. And they don't know Mind's Desire's letting it rip next turn.
Yeah, they're probably playing some sort of Mind's Desire brew over there, some sort of like ant-based or ritual-based. I wouldn't be shocked if they have Force of Will. I know some people have been... I've run into a couple of like blue-black Mind's Desire Storm decks that are also running Force of Will because they're not running Ad Nuz.
Yep. I've also played against... Do you fight over Ritual at this stage?
It's an interesting question.
Because
it becomes...
they know we have double force, and they're still doing this.
Yeah, it becomes more appetizing the more likely we are to win on the spot next turn, and I think we're very likely... Certainly a reasonable play to make. They have 5 cards.
Yeah.
2 forces is a lot to get through. It's probably going to be a Mind's Desire, so I'm happy to force, or I'm not happy to, but I think I'm forcing this.
Yeah, with the amount of gas we're holding, like you said, very likely to just let it rip here.
And that may have been just a duress for them. It may have been a duress that they have no choice but to like do it and pass, and then need to draw whatever card next turn. Or
yeah, I know Cyrus Cormangill, all Storm and Cyrus Grand Prix champion, was the master of just like Dark Ritual, and if it resolves, just passing the turn. It's like that was supposed to be a duress. You got me.
Yep. Been there.
Yep. I love starting the turn with a construct because very likely that we just, even if we don't get to Thassa's Oracle, we just 20 them with our creature.
Yes. Funny, I mentioned Killaby, and I played against them last night in a mirror, which got us chatting about this, and that was his win con was Lightning Greaves construct.
I played against Killaby in a league I recorded earlier today, and I let Lightning Greaves resolve, and then quickly realized, oh shit, that's going to kill me. And then I had to like bounce it with Teferi, counter it on the way back down. It was like very stupid. All right. Speaking of very stupid, let's win the game here.
Okay.
Desire can be for at least 4 here.
You can also consider Seagate. We have 4 or 5. We have 6 mana on board. We play... let's just draw with Key. Key is 5 cards for 2 mana.
Sure. Okay. Do we start with Ancient Tomb? And because that's the 2 colorless, do we save our land drop?
I'm fine with just using 2 mana sources that are already on board. We'll still have plenty of blue, and we don't have to make that decision yet.
Sure. Yeah. All these zeros are at minimum blue. +5. Messed up. All right, we're moving into another Key. And some lands in PO. PO's usually pretty good with Urza, I've heard. We can just fire that now, basically, for free.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to start putting artifacts into play. And I think we can pitch the backup Urza to this Chrome Mox. Or no, we don't need to do that because it's already a Mox Emerald.
Mox
Sapphire. Yeah. And no thank you. What a polite prompt, Magic Online. I almost fell for it.
So you can use the W key on Urza and then W key. I don't know if you use that, the shortcut.
Right. I do when I'm Thopter comboing, but I don't normally, but it is a big help here. All right, one.
I'm not aware if you have exactly 5 mana and W on Urza, if it will just automatically spin. I don't think it does.
I don't believe that's the case.
Yeah. Key is not going to be tapping. I would undo.
Undo. All right.
Undo. You might as well just actually use it right now and just untap ring and draw.
Okay.
Because we're going to put more permanents on that. We are 99.9% to draw our deck right now.
Okay. Yep. All right. I'm with you. I'm thinking too small here. That's my problem.
Yeah. I would get rid of the chat so that we have more. And like the grape, all the stuff that's popped out just so we can see more of our hand.
Right. Okay. My screen is sized for recording.
Oh, okay.
Like that might mess things up and waste more time than we have. Okay. We did not draw any zeros here.
That's okay. I would play Ancient Tomb and tap it.
And we can just... Are we outcoming? That's probably the way to go. And you don't pick up the ring, right? Because that's already on 6. We've invested all this. All right.
We can leave Urza. It's whatever.
Put all this shit back in the hand. And hello, new cards.
No engine, so just replay it all.
It looks like opponent is F6'd. Baubles, paddles. This is filthy. All right, tapping some stuff, getting Monolith in.
Yep.
Monolith gets the keys in. Yep, I see how Thassa's Oracle quickly becomes a reasonable out. Just going for a ring here. Yeah, we have tons of mana.
Yeah, and then you just have to be a little careful towards the end. Once you have a short amount of cards, you can just like play a new ring and draw the correct amount.
Okay, engines here now. I have multiple rings, lots of stuff to do here. I just gotta get engine into play. And then...
Yeah, you can even just untap a monolith with that.
That's my plan here.
Pretty quick route.
Yep. 3, 4, 5. Engine. Sick. Too good for commander, but we get to do it here. All right. We got the scoop. They've seen enough. Sick. All right. All right, yeah, I'm thinking way too small. I'm glad you're here for the co-pilot, because I probably would have desired for 5 that turn. Maybe it gets there, but I don't draw my deck.
Yeah, the whole thing is definitely better than 5.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay, so we're playing against some Dark Ritual Storm deck with Lore Revealed, so almost certainly contains Mind's Desire. May or may not have Force of Will. That's what we're up against here.
Yeah. We may not want anything.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't see a single card.
Haywire Might is probably good. Is there something I'm willing to cut for it?
Is Might just for Wishclaw Talismans or stranded LEDs? What are we doing with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But since we saw Lorien, they're less likely to be like a Wishclaw Opal.
And they can't be a Nas deck. Not with Lorien Revealed.
Right. Yeah, I think we just run it back.
All right, cool. Don't let them get to 6 mana is the name of the game here. Dark Petition, I've been seeing in a lot of decks lately. Like Dark Petition, Mind's Desire kind of stuff. I saw a 8 High Tide deck with Bubbling Muck and High Tide. That was pretty sick, but I don't believe that deck had Dark Ritual in it. All right, no counter spells. Some action. Do you like hands like this when you know you're on the draw against a combo mirror?
I don't love it. They also mulliganed. We have 7 forces to draw to. It's a stable hand, but it's not offensive enough, and it has no defense. So yeah, I'm willing to throw it back.
Sure. This one. 1, 2, 3 mana. This is a turn 1 Emery with possible, likely turn 2 key or turn 2 ring and then a key to follow it. And there's sort of a plan here. It's not turn 1 ring, but solid.
Right. Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay. I think is it Chromox or Bobble that you send here?
It's a good question.
If we keep Chromox, I mean, if we get duressed and they dig Seagate, this hand just gets a lot worse. But if we're getting duressed on a mulligan, we're going to Chromox anyway.
I think I'd bottom the Chromox, right?
Okay. Yeah.
If they take Seagate, it's still not the worst. We still get to play an Emery and get Bobbles looping.
All right, the old nothing go. Nothing to see here.
Classic nothing.
Okay, just slamming Emery into play, I suppose.
Yep.
Storm is 3. Emery's in there. There's an Echo.
Ooh, we hit our 1 Echo.
Do you deploy Key here, or do you save this mana for the ring next turn?
I would save it.
All right.
Yes. Yep.
Get them with the Bobble here. Echoing Truth, cool. See you later, Emery.
I guess that's not.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
It's not that good. We can just replay her. Brainstorm, whatever. And we have the 1 ring here. We drew mana number 4.
There's certainly merit to just echoing.
Sure. Unmulligan them, mess up any sculpting they've done. Oh, they might do it to us. All right, whatever is happening, it seems. Okay, so they dumped out their hand pre-Echo. They're also Brainstorm locked currently, unless they have a Lorien revealed.
Yeah, I'm less interested in it now.
Yeah, I think I'm just on the 1 ring here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
All right. Sack for blue. Lotus Petal. Zap in Seagate. Seen this before. The 1 ring. We know they have Echoing Truth, but whatever. I'm drawing all sorts of cards and you're not. And draw because Bobbles are in the deck. Okay, they want it. Sure. Oh, I have no burden counters on the ring. I didn't realize that's how that works. That's cool. Never seen that before.
Me neither.
Lesson learned. I know Danny plays a lot of Modern, so I'm sure he knew exactly how that worked and just got the shit out of us.
I only have 2 cards.
Yeah. And
Opal's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, so Petal Opal is not 4 mana. We are live to Echo here, but they are down to 2 cards, like you said. What's the rush?
Right. I think I just want to Bobble and activate Bobble. I can't imagine they can beat a Force of Will if we draw into it. At least not soon.
Right. Yeah, let's see what you're cooking with.
And then we can get our key.
All right.
We can get our key in. We can cast the 1 ring next turn.
Yeah, this looks good to me. They're drawing another Echo on like the heavy defense plan.
Right, we're just drawing 2 cards a turn. Oh, That is a card.
Yeah, that's a banger.
It wasn't going to be Force of Will. I'm glad it was that one.
All right, see you later, Emery. You did your job. 2 cards left. It's the same 2 cards that didn't do anything last turn. And
that's pretty good too with this PO.
Okay, so, talk me through the math here, because I'm looking at 1 ring. You're talking about PO. Let's do the thing.
Right. So as far as like the mana goes, so Monolith is obviously a +1 when you're just casting it. Basalt Monolith is mana neutral, but you get a card out of it for free with Paradoxical Outcome. Key, if it's already on board, you can count it as 2. Or another way to think of it is the tapped Monolith plus the key are each 1, however you want to think of it. If you have a key in hand, it's a +1 because it costs 1 to play, 1 to activate. You get 3 out of it when you untap your Monolith. So those are kind of the shortcuts to it. But we're definitely playing Grim Monolith, so I would just play that.
All right, Monolith is here.
And then we're definitely untapping it with the key, so I would do that.
Opponent appears to be F6, at least at the moment. I don't know if that if you read those signals, if you trust them.
And then we don't have enough like colorless mana to do some sort of like untapping the opal to get double blue for this desire. I mean, we already used it, but so I just tap the monolith. I would play. So if we played Basalt and then played Opal, right? We have 6. We have 2 mana post PO, which would allow us to redeploy all of this stuff, which would still allow us to cast the One Ring. So I would just
this is just free.
We'll probably draw into, at the very least, a Force of Will and be able to dissolve the One Ring.
Right. All right. PO. See if they've been sandbagging a fluster. Nope. Cards are just in the hand. That is the key. Yorion. I have not made a land drop yet, so Yorion can get us.
We can hit a nasty Mind's Desire now.
I'm in for that. Start Monolith, get key, and go. All right. Monolith, key. Opal's coming in eventually. Battle's coming in. Untap Monolith. And Basalt Monolith is just free storm here, but I have a key in between.
Yep, don't use the key just yet.
Yeah,
we might have enough to get a 3rd blue to play out Emery before the Mind's Desire. Might as well play Basalt Monolith. That's free. Free storm there. 3, 4, 5. No, we don't have enough. We'll have to untap.
Yeah, we're just a little short here, so alright. Untap for Monolith, and then we
I think we have enough. We have exactly enough. We have a land drop, right?
Yes, it's turn 4. Yep.
So we have enough to island cycle, play an island, play Emery, and then Mind's Desire for an extra storm.
I'm in. Grab island, ignoring the snow islands. Emery. Big Mills. Thassa's Oracle just hit the graveyard. Good thing we have our Echo, I guess. Let's party. If you sandbagged a Flusterstorm this far, you deserve to win. All right, now we have Force Protection, Seagate, One Ring. Get this window bigger, out of Yorion's way. Another Force, LED. All right, yeah, they're out of here. Yeah, we can spin the Echo, go nuts here under double Force Protection. Yeah, like whatever. We don't even know what the other 4 are, and we don't need them. All right, out muscling a combo deck because we have Force. Feels good. On to the next round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks. And groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. We're on the draw. Opponent said in the chat, big fan, just getting back into Legacy. Love to hear it. Welcome back. Everyone say hi to Twitch TV Tyler _B. Okay, this hand doesn't have a blue card for Force. Doesn't have any sort of ramp. I'm on the mulligan train. Are you with me?
It's really close for me. So, in the event that Saga survives, we almost surely win the game when it pops off. We do have a Force. Obviously, we don't have that blue card, but we do have 2 looks for it.
On the draw, plus bobble.
Provided we're not dead, or the card that we really wanted to force comes down turn 1. We can play our key.
Yeah, I guess Grim Monolith sets this into the stratosphere.
Yeah, we have 2 land drops. It's mid, but I think I'm in for it.
Okay, I'm going to trust the expert here. I would have shipped this if I was alone.
It's really close. I wouldn't fault anyone for shipping it.
And obviously we have a draw step before we have to make any decisions, but this a lead on Saga situation.
Yeah.
Okay, a Flooded Strand strategy. I think we bobble to see what's going on.
Yep.
And then Saga Key, probably. And we did find the blue card for Force.
Nice.
A B Storm, sure. And Saga Key. Okay, here we are. Against an honest-to-goodness blue Brainstorm deck player. I guess they could still be a Mind's Desire strategy. Maybe they're still fun police.
I will say, though, generally speaking, Flooded Strand Brainstorm is the sort of thing that we were hoping for with this type of hand.
Yeah. Yep. As long as
Unlikely
the
to
Flooded Strand
die.
doesn't get Underground Sea. Uh-oh.
Oh.
They lied to us.
They did.
I mean, what are we even worried about here, though? I guess, like, minor misstep, if that's a card in decks. Oh, wow.
These are key. I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I'm kind of actually super into that, because that's a daze that's not going to be pointed at my 4-drop. I've resolved my entire game around. Daze decks tend to have Wasteland in them, though, so...
Yeah.
Alright, don't care.
Got him.
We'll just play that same turn again. Delver, alright. Boring.
Straight up Delvey boy.
Yep. Do you pile out Sagas here? Get the second one ticking in case they have Wasteland?
I'd say so. There's not really that much reason to stagger it.
Yeah,
it also makes it so that we can't even activate the second one as it stands, since the first one is going to be going away.
Right.
Well, I guess it could give us a Chrome Mox if we wanted it.
All right. Opponents on the aggro Brainstorm to flip Delver strategy. No faith in the deck. I usually only take this line if my hand is really good.
They do have less hits these days.
Yeah. And I'm really mostly worried about Wasteland here. I just want my cards to do what I want my cards to do.
Yep.
What is the search if this Saga does pop next turn?
It really depends what we draw. I'd love to be able to get a key, but it doesn't help us immediately. If we draw some sort of monolith, that would be awesome, because then we can get key. Outside of a monolith, we're probably getting Chrome Mox.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. This hand is full of junk right now.
Yeah.
Mistress Bauble.
It's a non-wastelandable permanent blue source.
Okay, they bobbled us. Is it a Grim Monolith opponent? Please tell me. Taking our first damage of the game on turn 3. Not bad. Alright, come on, Grim Monolith. Yorion revealed.
Interesting.
Okay. Flip colorless search is really the only thing that can be done here. Okay, Chrome Mox does let us start pooping constructs and at least present a secondary plan here. We
can still make construct even with a land drop, but yeah, Chrome Mox allows us to make guarantee constructs the next turn.
Yeah, we can construct
and
now.
Lets us cycle.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Chrome Mox exile EO, or is it Desire? Like which one?
It's Desire.
Okay. Chrome Mox exile Desire, and then we can make a construct now, play Ottawa. Or no, we can just shove Ring.
Island Cycle. You could shove Ring.
Yeah, we have 4 mana, 2 rings, and a Force backup. And a key coming in next turn.
Yeah.
Seems like the time to shove a Ring if we're going to do it.
It's between that or make a construct and Island Cycle. And then, provided we don't get Wastelanded, and that's, a big if, then we can play a 1 ring around Daze. But I think I do like shoving with Force backup instead.
Yeah, this is what we kept the hand to do, and this is our chance to do it. Bang. Daze. Alright, well, I would like to fight over this. I think that outcome is worse than Yorion revealed at this stage.
Yeah, because we already have another ring for action.
Right. All right. How about you don't have a Force of Will? We got the uh-oh in the chat. I love to hear it. Ding, ding, ding,
Nice.
ding. Amy. All right, cool. They didn't have Wasteland last turn, and they did Brainstorm without shuffling since then, so they're not going to have Wasteland this turn either. Yep.
We get to get a key.
Yep, and then we're ripping. And it's just our deck and life total versus this little Delver of Secrets. And because they've Daves twice, we don't have to think about Bowmaster for a while. It's not for a whole turn's worth of insanity here.
Yep, and though this deck draws a lot of cards, the One Ring is very good at dealing with Bowmaster. I mean, there's plenty of spots where you get got by it, but at least it's not like just, oh, nice deck, but you're cold to a card that's everywhere.
Right. Yeah, the ring putting up the shields, walking past the orcs, just like the movie. Chose to shuffle. We already know they don't have a Force. Or they didn't before the Ponder anyway. Ooh. Monolith, big money. We just tutor a key here.
Yeah, I'm not interested in a construct. And you can see why when you ask me in the deck tech, like, or early on, are you making a lot of constructs or are you comboing more often? You can see why my answer was, we're usually just not even bothering.
Yeah, who needs combat? All right, Paraforce is Emery.
That's pretty nice because they didn't have a Force before. They pondered, so unless they drew Force and pondered into another Force, this Force is going to let us do what we want. That's assuming they even got into another Force, but we are just well protected here.
Right.
So I'd play this Monolith.
Yeah, that filters, that leaves a blue up after all of this. We still have a land drop, and then use Monolith mana to untap key with 2 floating. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
All right. 3 fresh ones. Let's party. Urza that we can cast.
With backup. I mean, honestly, I think I'm in for just casting 3, 4. I think I want to Island Cycle, land, cast One Ring.
Okay.
So that we can get more mana underneath us. One Ring will... Maybe we want to save that for next turn so that we can dodge Bowmasters. Although we do have Force of Will for it.
Yeah, if we want mana under us, Urza's pretty good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Urza's just better. Taking 3 from Delver and the Ring is not a huge deal.
Yeah, they're gonna die next turn.
I do think I want to Island Cycle and play land.
That is the same in both worlds.
Yeah, Cycle, play land, play Urza.
And then we play Emery as well.
Yeah.
Okay, going for it. Urza. Emery is our second blue card for second Force. Do we care about that? I don't think so.
I mean, if they play Bowmaster, we're gonna force it. If they play it on their turn, and they might just slam it so that they can get it underneath this ring draw, then we can really fight over it.
Yeah.
And we don't really need the Emery.
Yeah, Emery is another key. There is a key in the graveyard.
That's true.
If we think we need that, because we're about to draw a gajillion anyway. And
key is a lot.
Yeah.
It's representing 5 cards for 2 mana. I'm sold. Just play the Emery.
Cool. All right.
I don't think they're gonna have Bowmaster and Force.
Yeah, we know they don't have Force. Urza just resolved. They don't have Force. They don't have Daze. They could have Bowmaster. They could have Snuff Out.
Did they keep that Ponder way back?
They did not. No.
Okay.
They're still holding this Brainstorm.
Right. They could draw into those things. But honestly, we
can't Brainstorm into Bowmaster from one land, so we're safe on that one.
Yeah, they would have had to have drawn Force or Daze right now to come up with Bowmasters and interaction.
And we barely care about that because we can refire a second One Ring, get protection, and then do stuff next turn.
Yep. Yeah, I do that often where I just play it to get the pro everything and then
Yeah.
still keep my ring with a bunch of counters on it.
Right.
Or often enough, at least.
Well, there it is. This is the force we've been holding on to. I'm going to pitch Negation because I like Mind's Desire. Cool. All right, that happened. We go to 11, then we go to 8, then we draw a fudge-zillion cards.
I don't know how you did that math that quick, but that's the exact amount of cards that we're going to be drawing.
Yeah, I studied advanced mathematics in Austria right before the Second World War. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
It's a draw.
Let's heckin' go. There's an opal. That one is going to happen. I guess I could have drawn engine at some point before then, so maybe I should have slowed my roll there, but it's fine.
Yeah, just tap, untap ring, draw. Yeah, you wind up in spots like that where you're like, ooh, I guess that wasn't optimal because of engine, and then you tap your ring and you're like,
yeah,
oh,
it just
it doesn't
does
matter.
not matter. Okay. We found another monolith. I think I'm pretty safe to tomb it out here. Like, we have a big old Mind's Desire, if nothing else, coming. And
yeah, we don't necessarily need Minamo.
Yeah, there is Minamo. We have triple key represented already. I think I just want the monolith.
Go for it.
All right, cool.
Keep in mind baubles or mock sapphires.
Yep. I am currently holding them in case I draw the engine off of this next activation.
Yep.
But I know we are just set on this Mind's Desire when we get to it, whenever we deign to bother with it. There's two
we're
more
not
keys.
even.
All right.
It's just going to be untap ring
Okay.
infinite times.
Yeah, there's Thassa's Oracle in hand, another opal. I can replace that with a new opal.
Are you having fun?
Oh yeah, this is sick. My love for Urza, Lord High Artificer, can't really be expressed in words, so I won't bother.
It's actually very good for the deck. I was playing Bergie for a bit, and then I realized that Urza largely does the same thing. It just has more synergy.
Right.
And it's a blue card for Force and Chrome Mox. And I can play more basics.
Yep. Lotus Petal. So Storm is 9. We need to get Storm higher than our deck total, and then cast Thassa's Oracle.
No, just play another key and draw 8 cards, and you'll probably do that again.
Yeah, there's still the key in the graveyard with the Emery. Still a Chrome Mox in my hand. Lion's Eye Diamond. Play this Chrome Mox. It's already Mox Sapphire.
Oh, we almost have a lethal construct. Oh, we have 15, 16, 17. Put one more artifact into play and just attack them. Just do it.
Oh my god. You want to die to snuff out that bed? I guess we have... How many forces do we have? One.
One is
I guess
enough.
if they'd snuff out, we wouldn't have untagged with Urza. Okay. Urza, tap this Chrome Mox, make your monolith, and then this is exactly lethal. That's so funny. All right, yeah, I'm in. We have no mana floating. We can still storm off second main if we care. Boop. Sick. Gotcha for exact C's. Very lucky. I definitely was out of gas. That little save the clock, and we didn't reveal we're a Thassa's Oracle deck. Kind of nice double whammy there. All right, what's your line for Grixis Delver?
So I like Kappas, I like Defense Grid, I like Shadow Spear, and I like Otawara just to have more lands and permanent blue sources.
Okay.
I don't think Force of Negation is necessary. So we need, 3 more? I think you can cut one of the Mind's Desires. Kind of a high resource card.
My heart, but okay. It's definitely correct. I'm just mad about it. It can be correct without being right.
I'm undecided whether I want to trim any amount of Force of Will in the matchup. I know we mentioned Force of Will and Grid isn't even necessarily a non-bow for this deck.
Right.
It's more so the question of, do you want Force of Will against them? There are things that we do want to Force of Will. Null Rod, you know, the occasional Bowmaster just fighting over a Force of Will, that sort of thing. I think it's reasonable to cut one if you wanted to. We probably should just cut Mind's Desire.
Yeah, that's 5. I'm looking at one of the POs or Urzas. Like, I know they're engine cards, but they're also blue 4-drops against the Pyroblast Days Wasteland deck. And PO is a high resource card as well to pay off.
Honestly, at this point, there's probably about 5 or 6 things that would be fine to cut. You can cut whatever you want. I don't.
All right. So, like, Yorion revealed as a land drop. Paradox Engine is, I mean, it's maybe a win more, but it is like, it turns a medium resource game into GG. I think Paradoxical Outcome is where I am with this deck that has Bowmasters, has Pyroblast, has Daze, has Wasteland, probably has Flusterstorm.
Yeah, and it is also a higher resource card.
Right. Meltdown just turns that off. Sure. Okay.
It's also a counter for Meltdown.
True.
Although I can't imagine many scenarios in which you'd be like, I'm going to pass the turn so I can PO when they melt down.
Yeah, that'll show you.
So I think this hand is fine.
Yeah. We have 2 lands. Get grid ready. Yeah, I like this hand.
It's a little slow going. I would like it a lot more on the play, but you could probably say that for just about any hand you're going to draw.
Right. We don't fight over random 1-drops, right?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
I think this Kappa is going to come in big.
Yeah, the year that I won Eternal Weekend Vintage, I was under a energy flux. So I was POing in their end step every time, or my upkeep. I forget. So it was kind of like a weird 1 PO per turn, make sure I don't lose all my stuff next turn, and just slowly grind out from under it. So it has come up in real life.
And those effects do come up in Legacy too, so.
Yep.
And it's worth noting you can play out your Thassa's Oracle, for a blocker, for the trigger that it gives.
Right.
Because you can always bounce it with your PO.
Yep. Wow, they milled away Counterbalance with Dragon's Rage Channeler. Why board that in if we're just hurling it into the graveyard? That seems like such a beating.
Weird.
Yeah, I'll take
Although,
it.
honestly, it's not even the best against us. We have so many... Our CMCs vary wildly.
Yeah, but still, like 0 and 1 both mess up
a
large number of our things, and like that's 3/4 of their deck or more. I don't know. I would have prioritized having access to that card.
I agree.
We're also about to shove this defense grid, which Counterbalance doesn't care about. Still not going to split them. I refuse.
I wouldn't jam defense grid right away.
Yeah, I was just going to bring up that conversation. We can Emery now.
Yeah, because I'd rather Emery get countered.
Yeah. And if they milled that Counterbalance because they have another one, then putting defense grid on the stack where we can't force their Counterbalance, it's kind of rough. Though, if we force at this point, we're no longer capping.
Yeah, I don't think I want to force.
This Emery is duress.
Tapping grid to cast Kappa is a special sort of feeling.
Oh yeah, that's nasty. I'm mad at you for bringing that up. Just in general. I'm glad you're on my team right now, though. Yeah, grid is not templated in the old style where it has to be untapped to work. The old Floto Blue with Urza, force your thing. Surprise, nerd. Not a line, unfortunately. I was briefly excited about it.
It's worth noting that Winter Orb is a really good combo with Urza. It took everything to not throw it in the sideboard. I'm not sure it's appropriate, but it could be. I'd have to give it more thought, and if it isn't, there still could certainly be a world where it is in the future.
Yeah, I have played Legacy decks and Cube decks featuring that interaction. I don't know what world, you don't really tutor for artifacts in this deck. They just sort of exist. So it would have to be like some heavy control deck that you also draw the card and also Urza. I don't know. That seems like a thin world where you care. Seems like way more against the matchups you're already good against.
There are definitely things that you can do with this deck that would wind up tutoring stuff between. You could play black for Wishclaw. You can play Transmute Artifact. You can even play Fabricate.
Right.
This is certainly not a solved archetype. I'm in the midst of brewing.
This is a lot of damage. Oh, I guess the One Ring is here to save us. I hope. Okay, a Pyroblast has been spent. Basalt Monolith, I cannot cast right now. Next turn, it's worth a bunch of mana, though. So I guess we grid
this
now.
Grid gets... Yes. If this grid gets in, we probably win. If it doesn't, we probably lose. I think we're fighting over it.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us have another chance to fight over anything. This is it. And Kappa does not win this race. Unless we Raw Dog Shadow Spear onto it.
Well, they can just save their force and hold up 3 mana and just get in with 6.
Yeah, what I don't want to happen now is they flash in Bowmaster and then start holding up 3 mana the rest of the game. I would love for this card to just resolve.
Yeah, because if they let it resolve and then hold up 3 and then try to force, then we have force backup.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Right, cracking a fetch. We're either going to see a cantrip here or more likely Bowmaster. I think we fight this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. Alright. See you later, Big Kappa. If they force... Well, Daze is live, but they could have dazed any of these things, so...
I wonder what they counter.
Alright, hopefully nothing.
Do. You're right.
Alright, we're in there. Alright, dope. Out of plays for this turn. Send it, and cross my fingers for a big win next turn.
I think we are, slightly favored from this position. It depends. If they have a force, probably not.
Yeah, force blue card here.
Or
that
even
would
a
be pretty
dazed
disciplined if they were didn't fight over the grid itself or the Bowmaster and then just held up 3 mana into this next turn. Daze and Force, or Wasteland's a whiff. 2 cards in hand. Oof. I see the light at the end of the tunnel if we can get there. All right, don't daze me, bro. Okay, that happened.
Nice.
Okay, moment of truth. Daze is off. You'd have to force.
Damn. Had it the whole time.
Yep. Nice discipline run there. We are at 3 and they're hellbent, so we'll take the next draw and see if it's another One Ring. All right, shields are down.
One Ring, PO.
Come on. That doesn't matter against One Ring. All right, come on, One Ring to rule them all. To end the game. All right, GG. Okay. Lots of cheap interaction and blistering clock. Double DRC on the play. 2 Bowmasters. I don't think we change anything here.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay, right in. We get to go first. This hand has no mana sources. Oh, Lotus Petal, but that's not going anywhere. I'm gonna send it.
Ship it.
This is the same hand, but with a higher curve.
Come on.
Straight to 5. Tough beats. Turn 1 grid, cross our fingers forever.
Yeah. We can do Yorion stuff.
Alright, keep, and Lion's Eye Diamond looks like not where I want to be.
One of the ancient tombs?
Guess so. Okay. Fire it in. In the tank on this defense grid. There we go. Force of negation, pitching force of will. Alright. My hopes and dreams are dashed. Yeah. Gross. Alright, let's just rip out of this easily.
I'd play that tapped, yeah.
Yeah. All we can do here is get to work. Bobbling yourself. Didn't like it. Okay, no threat. Second opal. Good stuff. Our Mind's Desires are out of the deck. I could play one of these and see if it baits a meltdown or something. Is there any? Is that a thing? Or do you just hold it?
I would just hold it.
Alright. Land go. Almost scarier than a thing. Alright. We have Emery now. So I'm gonna cast the spell I can cast. Surely the Grixis Delver deck can't answer this dazable, pyroblastable, multiple object.
Yeah, I mean, Duress isn't the worst here, right?
Yeah, we gotta get through this stuff one way or another.
I mean, they could have, like, no Daze or Pyroblast and just have a Force, and this represents... All it has to do is flip a Bauble, and we're drawing 2 cards a turn, so this might actually nab a Force.
Yeah, this... I believe this is a must interact, and it's just what level of efficiency they can interact with. This also doesn't die to Bowmaster. Pretty sick.
Yep. That's one of the benefits of most of the action in this deck are they're either big enough where you can consider them almost an engine, or they just are an engine. So they're pretty much must deal with threats.
Yeah, and that's what you were saying about the card quality of Magic cards these days. You can just play 80, same as 60, and you're still just banging.
Yep.
All right, fetch for Underground Sea. Emery resolved. We hit Bauble.
The Bauble.
All right. Your move, opponent, question mark. If they have Bowmaster, and that's what they were in the tank about, activating Bauble does kill Emery if they wait till the trigger's on the stack and then ping ping.
Sure.
We got F6 sad face in the chat. Does that mean they had Bowmaster and forgot to play it? Or what's going on over there? What does that mean?
I think so.
All right. We've all been there if that's what's going on.
But
that Ponder just shuffled.
That doesn't make sense, though, because they tanked on Emery.
Yeah, maybe.
They hit it by accident after?
Yeah, it must be. I don't know.
Oh.
I like that card. I'm going to start with Bauble. That turns on Opal. Or no, it doesn't. Never mind. It will turn on Opal after Grid's in play. Which doesn't matter. Okay, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But here is the second Grid. And whatever they were worried about. All right, it was Force of Will. There goes a Brainstorm. And
I think we just Bauble.
Yeah, I guess the alternative is sit on this, and if they have Bowmaster, Emery dies, but versus try Defense Grid again next turn with Bauble still in play.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I think they've made it clear they don't have a normal removal spell.
Yeah, but I'm really interested in getting this Grid in there. They could have a Bowmaster, right?
Yeah, I think it's actually likely. I'm going to make the executive decision to just pass without bobbling here.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If they tap out of 2 mana, we can farm. If this Delver flips revealing Lightning Bolt, we got whatever. All right, Delver didn't flip. Things that might not flip Delver include Orcish Bowmaster.
If you make an executive decision, but then I'm with you, does that reduce it to just a regular decision?
No, that means you were lucky to be right in this instance after I made a decision because I'm always right. You don't get promoted to executive just because the broken clock was right.
Executive power will remain.
Yeah, exactly. I will not be undermined by you. You're a guest in this house. Okay, pondering using their black again. So I think that it is, if they have Bowmaster, land turns it back on, but they're really looking for Pyroblast or Lightning Bolt right now.
Yeah.
This game has gotten weird and scrappy.
Yeah.
Based on our Multa 5 force your shit, wasteland you, I was already like not feeling good, but now I think we're ahead-ish. And a lot of work to do, but I don't hate the spot.
Yeah, it might come down to like playing a 4/5 flyer.
Yep.
That untaps our monolith.
Yeah. I'm ready to play that game.
It does get pyroblasted, but
yeah, we're also at 6:47 on the clock. Though opponent.
Yeah, we're catching up.
Yeah, they tanked on our Emery, and then they tanked on this Ponder. Just running for the exit here. Okay. We're gonna get to Bobble.
Yeah.
Do we want to Bobble, or do we want to have a chance of Opal being on? Does this matter?
I think we want to bobble.
Sure.
I mean, there's, depending on the draws, it could matter, but Force Mill on top.
Hopefully that's blank by the time they draw it, but that does flip the Delvers. Ugh. All right. A little bit Opal flooded here, gotta say. Refired this one. We're gonna be under some beats, but let's hope this card's blank, because they did miss a land drop last turn. We have to look at this Force Will 2 more times. Yeah, I get it. Bowmaster. Yep. Okay, we were right the whole time on that one. Lotus Petal.
Okay.
That turns on all these opals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're one short of casting Yorion here.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8. So I think we're gonna wind up having to bobble, right? We're gonna be taking 6, 7, 8. Be at 1. The bobble will put us to 1.
If we bobble in their end
On their
step.
turn.
Yeah, so 3.
And they
6,
don't have another Bowmaster.
7, 8, 9. Yeah. So we bobble, invest in.
Yeah, we do get to play a Monolith out.
All right. Yeah, we're operating on thin margins anyway, and running out of time. Like, I better just do something. Okay. There's that. Here's Grim Monolith. Is there any
I would
reason?
play the other one. Yeah, in case of like, if they remove artifacts, or opals can still be on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And like,
I'm not sure it's that relevant here, but just generally, that's at least a reason to play it out.
And with the second one, if they have like a braid, you can untap the one they didn't zap.
Yep.
And they just hit land 3 for force. We are in the shit here. Oh, they have another Bowmaster. We're even more dead. All right, yeah, we're just dead right now in combat.
Yep, we're dead.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. All right. GG. Okay. We made a run out of that on a Malta 5.
Yeah.
Oh, that was abysmal. That was a 45-minute game. I queue up with combo. I meet up with TonyScapone so we don't do that, but here we are. All right, let's clear our brains and get into the next one. The Command Tower software by Eminence Gaming is perfect for hosting TCG events. It features easy-to-create event registration for 1v1 and 4-player Swiss structured tournaments. Event management has never been so simple, and it's web-based, so there's no download required. Get access for just $5 at eminence.event/subscribe. We're on the play in round 4, and we got ourselves a Pokemon battle. Yorion Mirror. This hand has turn 1 Emery. I'm pretty into this.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
And it's also turn 1 active Saga to be pumping out constructs. I'm inclined to. No, I'd play Saga.
All right.
I'm inclined to imprint Lorien.
Yeah, we don't really need that one here. Doing our best 8 cast impression here, but Lorien's not in that deck, so already gave up the jig here.
It is in fact up.
Yep. Okay, 1 ring Grim and Manifold Key. A bounty of riches in the graveyard here.
Those are good ones.
Get fucked us. All right. Thermal Caracas answers our turn 1 Emery. We still have Saga going. This looks like some sort of initiative deck. Oh, mother. Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah. Mother of Runes not frequently in initiative stompy decks. So, yeah, I don't know where this is going to go from here. I like Urza, though. I think we just start making constructs, like just milling ourselves for no real gain. Doesn't seem like the way to go.
Nope.
At some point, they may tap the Caracas, and then we can use Urza, cast Emery, and have 2 legends for them to deal with in a turn cycle. It's down the road a little bit, though.
Yeah, I mean, just pumping out constructs and then potentially making another one with Urza. For a while, I was playing a expedition map.
Jeez.
Ew.
Wow. This
Yikes.
opponent hates us so much.
Well, make a thing.
Yeah, I'll give them the opportunity to kill the wrong thing here. I think I would kill Chromox, because that makes the Saga run to fruition. Like, we get a tutor, but we don't get a second thing, and we're down 2 mana sources. I don't know.
Yeah, it's close.
Sheesh. And they have Caracas Lauren active here.
I would play Thassa's Oracle, I think. You might exile it, but that's...
Yeah, whatever.
That's
Cost
fine.
of doing business.
we got bigger problems.
Force of Will, Grim Monolith. If they have a land, we're not going to be able to cast this Grim Monolith. Force of Will can break up the Lauren eventually. I don't know if we're close to that being... Are we playing that long of a game?
Yeah, I'd say no here.
Alright, just no to anything. Get rid of all of them. And I'm gonna offer the trade with Construct. Mother doesn't protect from colorless, and if they want to trade Lauren for this with Caracas around, deal.
I gotta say, their hand specifically lined up outrageously well against what we did.
This is messed up. They saw us coming. They're stream sniping. This is all pre-recorded. That was a joke for those.
Caracas Loran is dirty.
Yeah, whatever. And land number 4. This is also turn 3. All of this fueled by Chromox. Didn't even have the decency of like skipping the Mother of Runes or not having Caracas. Not one single M reactivation. Just get out of here. Yeah, so this is just like Chromox. Orzhov taxes, probably.
Nazis.
Yeah, Bowmaster. There is the Orzhov Samwise deck, but I don't think this is that. Though
Well,
it could be.
They do have 80 cards to work with, so
Yeah, it could be anything. Through the wrong force. Guess they just keep rumbling with Construct. It's still a good trade.
we can take maybe one more draw, but I'm pretty close to packing it up.
Yeah, I am. I'm cool with this situation. Spirit of the Lab. All right. Well, we played long enough to see that one revealed. Spirit of the Lab, Bowmaster. Yeah, this is just Yorion taxes that happen to have Chromox in their opening hand. So to put Amiria's Call in your Death and Taxes deck just to turn on Chromox, I feel like there might be more going on here. Ancient Tomb still doesn't get us over the hump. Like, I can Basalt Monolith, they can pick it off next turn, and then we're right where we were.
Except with an Ancient Tomb in play and potentially drawing into a land to do
Urza, which gets bounced by Caracas.
Yeah, I think I'm off it.
Yeah, we can just save our lives here. Wow, that was messed up. If I was cheating, that's the hand I would make. Okay, yeah, what are we doing here? Is this a Shadow Spear? Is it a Kappa?
We need Echoing Truth.
Echoing
we need
Truth.
Haywire Might. Is Caracas? I think Caracas is good enough.
Sure.
Bouncing Thalia. Otawara. We can take Force Negations out. Yep.
I'm learning. Already reaching for those ones. And Desire and Pio are again high resource objects in a what's likely to be a miserable, grindy game.
Yeah. Trying to decide if I want Shadow Spear or not. And I beat up on D&T with Shadow Spear frequently with Black Saga Storm. I will say that because they're so worried about the other half of the deck.
Right. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's reasonable. If we're gonna do that, then we should probably bring in Kappa.
I just go
probably
full
just want to
bash mode.
Yeah. So what? How many cards is that?
That's 8, and we currently have 5 cut.
So we're gonna take
Or 3
5 out. I'm okay with trimming Force of Will, taking out Mind's Desire, and maybe 2 POs.
Yeah, that checks out. The high resource combo pieces, trade them out for cheap interaction and the juke, the beatdown juke.
Like you could be scared of Caracas and like trim some legendaries. That might even be reasonable. It's like trim one Urza, one Emery, and bring the POs back in, because PO can be explosive.
And if we had force for the lore in that game, we're in business. Like I kind of am interested in having force back.
Sure.
Like if we shave an Urza and Emery, and then we get force and a PO.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. And it's time to hit submit. We're out of time. Okay, they showed us who the Stompy deck was last time. The Yorion Stompy deck. Yorion Stompy Supremacy here is on the line. Force of Will, no blue card. This is a ton of mana very quickly.
Yeah, we can. So we can. I'd like to keep it. We can play Monolith and Key.
You can play Monolith and Key and put Yorion in hand.
Yes.
And just then, sort of like, here's my whole hand. I hope I draw something off Bobble. Let's party.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of action to hit.
Opponent's on 5.
That's good.
Okay, let's do the thing. Petal, Bobble, Opal. 1, 2, 3. Basalt Monolith. Take a key. Untap. Grab Yorion. And Bobble you. Alright, let's draw the One Ring off this Bobble and make this easy. Flicker Wisp. That card doesn't matter to me.
See what I mean by Yorion just being a great card for the deck?
Yeah, absolutely. That was just a cool way to use mana that we had anyway. Wasteland Vial. We don't care about Vial, right? I mean, maybe we do. They mulled to 5. They have Flicker Wisp and 3 mystery cards.
I think I'd rather just be playing this Yorion.
Sure.
Like, there is worry about Vial, but not enough to force it.
Yeah, going bird mode. Oh, sick. Okay.
So,
can we get to blue here?
I think we can. So if you play, or if you untap Monolith and then play Key, 3, 4. I think we're 1 short.
Yeah, that's my count as well. So we play Key, and then can make blue. That's 3. Untap. No, we're actually pretty short here.
Very short, yeah. So just untap Monolith and play Shadow Spear.
Yep.
The next turn we'll have a lot more mana.
Yeah, this Wasteland is tight, but we can filter through the Opal next turn. All right. Here we go. No Caracas.
And then next turn we even have Hardcast Force. Like easy.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure it'll come to that.
Ganjo is not Caracas. Count it. Stoneforge. Shadow Spear might successfully race this thing. Versus having no plan at all if we force.
Right. Yeah, I think we have to let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, if we draw any of our action spells, we're just...
Yeah, the ring just rips it apart here. Next turn, they'll be representing Vial in Spirit of the Lab. This is a huge beating. Seagate. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, we can cast that. We have to, right? 3, 4, 5, 4. Yeah, we have exact. So tap Monolith, untap it with a key.
All right, and I think doing this now, like Yorion can function anytime, but we might not be able to draw cards starting next turn.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, tap Opal for blue, and then untap it with key.
All right, so that turn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's Exacxies. Blue, 1, 2, 3.
And keep in mind we have no maximum hand size after this, which does come up.
Safe forever. Bobble now while I still can, and let's see one of these mystery cards. Skyclave. Okay, so 1 mystery card left in their hand here, and Skyclave is not ready to go yet. And this
Yeah,
PO, like if we survive
good.
this round, if that one mystery card plus their draw step is the Spirit of the Lab, we've got something cooking here.
Yep. And I will be. It's funny because I've been going back and forth from 60 card and 80 card, and every time I build 80 card and test, I learn something about what I could be doing that I wasn't in 60 card,
Sure.
and then vice versa.
Makes sense. Right, here's Cauldra. The clock has begun. Really just coin flipping versus these two last cards in their hand, I guess.
He was a really good draw.
Yeah, I mean, like, hindsight's 2020, but I do wish we forced the vial at this point. Another key. So we're gonna have a massive heckin' PO here, and hope that it works.
Yep.
I
would start by untapping the monolith.
Yep. And making this monolith into a Grim one. The Grim monolith dumps out 2 more keys.
This is the key to victory.
Yeah, nice. We are even insulated against Mindbreak Trap, if that's a thing. Yeah, worried about either vial right now. Not much else. I mean, P has an instant. Maybe I should have done this at a different time, but I mean, I guess if we're just betting that they have nothing, this is what we get.
If we're picking up cards at our end step, we have to survive a whole nother turn.
Yeah, true.
Draw
All right.
step.
We just got to take our medicine here. Okay, 1 gajillion mana, and we either get BTFO'd or we don't.
Oh.
All right, buckle up, gamers. Okay, there's a lot of artifacts in the sand now. There's a ring. All right, there's no engine or paradox engine, so we just start playing out the things that I have. Opal's free. Oh, if I Seagate here, I want to kind of sandbag some of these zeros. Are we going to Seagate, or we're just going to PO again, I think?
I would play Grim Monolith. Yeah, we're probably just going to PO again.
All right.
We're also going to play Key and start untapping Ring. Either of those are probably roughly around the whole deck. I think.
All right.
So just start playing keys and monoliths.
Okay. Key, monolith.
Probably worth playing a ring right now and just drawing a card.
Okay. Protection from everything. Drawing a card.
Basically, you use the ring up until the point where just before you can't PO. If it comes to the point where ring doesn't get you there, you know what I mean? You don't go past using the 4 mana for PO, and then if you have to, you PO and you just went off that. Otherwise, the ring will just get you there.
Okay, so I'll dump out my keys and we'll get a ring count going. Right now I can tap 1 more time the ring before I run out of PO mana. Right?
Yeah. You might as well play the monoliths, the basalt monoliths.
Right. Those are freebies for PO. Let's have Grim, Basalt Monolith.
You having a good time?
Oh yeah, the clicking's kind of miserable. Like, I would be having the time of my life in paper, though, just shouting numbers at my opponent until they can see. Right, I can PO here, so this is a ring activation with still PO available. And ringing it. And there are enough initial mana sources to reset the chain here, so it's time to PO.
You can play the spear for an additional draw off of the PO. Oh, no, because we'd have to use a pedal. Never mind.
Yeah.
So there's no point. Gotcha. Moto does this weird thing with PO. Yeah, you want to click from the back.
Yeah, you have to click from the back. Yeah, I learned this the other day. I was playing some card that mattered.
You didn't click the ring, right?
No, ring's not getting bounced. You need that one.
Hopefully they just scoop this one.
No chance. They're a Death and Taxes player. They're going to make us suffer every minute of our lives. Okay. I do still have a land drop. Do I have an Ancient Tomb yet? Somehow, no.
That's all right. We got another PO. just dump it all out. I think it's more important that we just do it at a reasonable...
All right, so I think I want to use a land rather than a pedal to get the first Grim Monolith going. And yeah, like you said, the race right now is against the clock, not against my opponent in any capacity. They do not matter. They're just here for the ride, along with the rest of us. Grim Monolith. Grim Monolith. Basalt Monolith. Is there another outcome in hand? Yeah, there is. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We're just ripping. Oh dear. This is so many clicks.
Play like 2 keys and use those to untap monoliths, and then play the other 2 and use those to draw with the 1 ring.
Key. I know it's the same, but I feel better untapping Grim Monolith. Is that in line with your experience?
Yeah, also because it costs 4 to untap, so there are spots where it is correct to do that.
Sure. Okay, untap the ring.
Gotta get that value, whether it's virtual or actual.
Right. Can't leave anything on the table.
No.
Okay. This key, I still have 2 opals. Yeah, I can just keep going here. Get another ring activation. Slurp them up. There's Urza. Okay. This next EO should easily win the game with Urza in the mix. Blue. I should probably lead on Urza here, actually.
Yeah, go for it.
Blue, yeah. Urza makes mana off of all this stuff that doesn't currently make mana. Even if they just suddenly have Solitude, it doesn't matter. I have a Chrome Mox here for extra gas.
Alright, so we have 18 cards, so we can PO up to 18 here.
Alright, let's do it. Leave the ring. Hope I got that key. Magic Online, you're killing me, Smalls.
I counted 15. We're definitely... Yeah, go for it.
Yep, there they all are. 21 cards left in my deck. Is the engine here yet? Holy smokes, okay. Start dropping cards.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, just start dropping zeros, making mana, playing keys, untapping the ring.
Yeah, in paper, the opponent would have conceded 12 minutes ago. Can't even auto-spend mana. It's a nightmare. Need the arena auto-tapper right now.
I play a couple of keys.
Alright.
These ones actually don't matter at this point.
Okay, yeah, there is some deterministic route to emptying our deck here. Just untapping the ring, getting it done. Ring for 5.
Yep, play a key.
Ring. The next ring puts us to 10 cards.
And another key.
This one will put us to 3 cards, which does win with Thassa's Oracle from our current board.
Yeah, so just do it, because we have that and a bunch of forces if they have, like, Solitude or something.
There is Oracle in my hand. That would be unfortunate if not.
You already have 2 blue.
Oh, there's 3 cards in my deck. That's Lorien Revealed, and there's the...
There you go.
I got a Gripful interaction. Okay, let's just get it done here. Oracle. Woof, what a mess. No. Come on, Moto, don't ask me this. Just end the game.
Do you want to do this or win the game?
I would like to do both, actually. All right, 6.5 minutes left to win the last game, though. And we demonstrated how the matchup works, at least, even if it's not friendly on Magic Online. Is there anything we do to speed this up? Like, does Desire actually make this happen faster, or do we still just present the deck that we presented? Agnostic of the Moto Clock.
I'd present it this way. You just got to be smart about doing it as fast as possible. Usually when you find, like, we didn't find Paradox Engine for a while, and that's a super easy way to do it faster. You just ignore the keys and tap a bunch of monoliths and play it, and then you wind up with like 50 mana. So then you just start casting spells and ignoring the engine trigger,
right?
And doing nothing but keying ring, and then all that really takes is, like, you know, X amount of clicks to untap ring a bunch of times and then maybe playing a new ring and tapping that one 2 or 3 times at the end.
Right.
That's usually what happens, but we just didn't find engine for a while.
Okay, I'm gonna click fast, ask no questions. I'll ask questions, but just hard ones. This looks like a keep. This is a quick ring.
Yep.
And we have Echoing Truth. Good stuff. Just gonna F6, not bluffing anything. Precious seconds on the clock. Give them to me.
You don't want to see
Thoughtseize me.
Thoughtseize.
Don't you do it.
Yeah.
Hey, they're vile. Mother of Runes. Just naming the worst card. Come on. Alright, boring. The deal with Death and Taxes is supposed to be mono white, and you have to live in that world. If you want a deck this weird and janky to be playable, it's gotta cost you something. Just playing splash colors, completely unreasonable.
Just play
I think it's Ottawara.
Ottawara key. Yeah, there isn't like a ton of value in getting 2 keys out.
Yeah, and taking the Chrome Mox makes me feel like they're trying to constrict my mana, and Wasteland is my next concern after that. Ganjo, Thalia. Just slow down my ring a little bit.
Probably play Seagate tapped pass.
Sure. And now we have options of, I guess the option is just it's play key pass, try to out muscle Thalia, or echo it next end step and then try to do stuff. But the One Ring's not even really ripping, but once it's in play, that's pretty good. Shot and port, yuck. Not like this draw is kind of annoying. Like their game 1 draw where we were just in the shit immediately, like that's fine. But this one is like, we could probably win this game given enough time, but 6 minutes on the clock. The old hit your land drops, send it business is not a good one.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, to be honest, Thoughtseize into Thalia is pretty obnoxious for really any sort of combo deck that's looking to cast a bunch of spells.
For sure.
Of the non-creature variety.
All right.
Well, I like that.
I could make an island this turn, or I could play key and get an island.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right. Manifold Key and spin up island.
Is it going to be snow covered?
No, I refuse.
I didn't think it would be.
Absolutely not. Those aren't in the deck. It's weird that you're only playing 2 islands.
I should have mentioned before we locked it in that the reasoning for the snow covered.
I think that's a really common reasoning. I get a lot of deck lists from Pokemoki, and I'm always like, hey, what's this snow plains about? And he's like, yeah, nothing.
He's like, it's a cool plains.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's in there.
It's close to the top of my collection box in real life, or whatever.
Foil Cold Snap Snow Covered is one of my favorite lands.
They do look nice, yeah. The background on my desktop computer has been Snow Covered Island since college. The Cold Snap Snow Covered Island. Just never bothered to change it.
It's one of my favorite in-person foils.
They took PO. I can still echo in this end step. Oh, it's through this stupid snowland. Hate it. Is it echo time? Echo plus land drop does get me a ring. What? All right, I'm listening.
No, because if they tap our Ancient Tomb, we'll have 4 mana. We can't cast the ring.
Oh, we echo. Thalia.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, for whatever reason. It's like bounce Thalia, and then no, because Thalia, we can't. Yeah, you bounced it, you idiot.
One time in a modern Grand Prix, I was playing humans versus Bryant Cook on Is It Storm, back when that was a thing, and I had turn 2 Thalia, and he had turn 2 Baral. And I think he had to explain to me 3 times in the match that Baral counteracts Thalia, and spells are just the normal cost. Every time I was like, nope, that's more. It's like, no, it's not.
Can I just say, when you said humans vs. Bryant Cook, I just pictured, like, Bryant Cook with his fists up and some humans coming at him.
He frequently has humans coming at him. He has taken that posture. Okay. Thalia, get out. I can at least resolve this ring. Unless they do some horse hockey right now. And they are showing Bowmaster even through with the Rishadan port. Really hope that's not what's going on. Though it almost certainly is. Yeah, taking that out, of course. Land number 4. The
Some
ring.
sort of monolith would have been so good here.
Yeah, just anything that speeds up the party. Yeah, ping me while you still can.
I'd say our best draw is Lion's Eye Diamond. We only have one, but...
Yeah, that would be sick here. Alright, Yorion, get out of the way. Causing trouble. Draw a card. Lion's Eye Diamond. Ooh, Otawara. Not actually good. They can ping their own army here. But I've already made my land drop. We're just going to have to send and hope that next turn the ring can dig through Thalia. But Otawara does answer Thalia. Oh, and Bowmaster's going to be active next turn, for real. Ugh. Remember that time Death and Taxes thought seized us twice and then played Thalia? And this is classic Death and Taxes too. I'm more like marveling about how this deck operates than like tilting off here. Like I don't care. It's Magic, but the way that it's like if they had everything they had but not Thalia, or if they had everything they had but not Rishadan Port, or everything they had but not Thoughtseize. It's just everything they had but not Bowmaster. Such a pain in my ass.
Had to be all the things.
Okay, they do tap out of Bowmaster redeploy. Like I could Otawara here, clear that, and have something resembling a runway, but how do we get through Thalia if that's what's happening?
Well, if we're bouncing Thalia,
I feel like we gotta bounce Thalia.
Yeah, I think so too. And just hope we draw into like a monolith and another ring.
Yeah, it's
to
just
deal with
bad
Bowmaster.
times regardless. All right, clear Thalia.
I mean, we have a very real chance to get there.
Yeah, I mean, the ring's gonna activate multiple times here.
And we have a draw step.
Yep. Starting the turn at 8. And then, come on, Echoing Truth. All right, Lotus Petals a start. That is an initial mana source for down the road. This one puts us to 6. The next one puts us to 3. And then we are, if it's not in there, it's not happening. All right. Untap the ring. All right, come on, deck. Echoing Truth for the win. Urza? You're not helpful, are you?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can play him. Doesn't do anything. We just add to the ring next turn.
We can flicker it with Yorion, maybe. I don't think we have enough for that. Urza, we can't Urza spin. I think we're dead.
Yeah, and even if something gets going, we aren't clicking through it in 3 minutes. All right, you're just gonna take the L on this one. Let's
Son of a bee.
move this thing along. Yeah, those were the draws I would choose if I was cheating against this deck, and they had them. On to the final round. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. We are on the play for the final round, and this is a... Oh, the Seagate Resto, yeah. I keep this. This is turn 2 Emery with lands to play. Do you like this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think I go basic and play key and bobble, activate.
Okay.
Or might as well just bobble first, activate, take a look before you do anything.
Playing against bacon, lettuce, tomato. One of the finest sandwiches there is. We'll see if their Magic playing's as good as they're eating. Okay, who are you? What are you doing? Mox Opal, it's the mirror match. Okay, here's my cards. Send it. Second Desire,
Oh,
just
boy.
what we wanted. Yuck. I love Mind's Desire. I'm very happy that it's free. I am sad that they were probably right to unban it.
I do think we want a couple more lands in the list.
Yeah, we have taken a lot of just no mana source mulligans to get off the ground. There's a couple slots like the Desires that might just be win more.
Yeah, they're not in my most recent list. I just wanted to. We had to play some Mind's Desire, right?
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a good thumbnail. It looks like we're getting Epic Stormed here.
Yeah, this is probably a relay.
Witch Claw.
Okay.
They can echo us here. I wouldn't be sad about that. Hand's not looking good for the matchup. I don't know. Give me Wishclaw to echo. Seems kind of thus. Yeah, they're just setting up a big next turn. Oh, Force of Will. Thanks for showing up.
Nice.
All right. Force of Will showed up. That's good. I don't like the Wishclaw because it can just grab Veil. I would have rather forced this thing, but let's hope they need it to go off. We got plenty of awful blue cards to pitch to this force. Feels good. No pressure. And I'm going to do my best to click fast so they don't see me tanking. I want them to use this LED to do like anything. Echo me, wish for Naws. I don't care. Get your hand empty.
It's likely going to Mind's Desire, honestly. They just got to put 2 more mana on board. They were hoping that Brainstorm came up with some rituals so that they could hit a decent-sized Mind's Desire.
Is Desire for 3 or 4? Or yeah, I guess Naws wouldn't be in a deck with Desire. So yeah, Ad Nauseam mostly retired.
They're not playing it anymore.
Right.
At least while they're doing this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they can do whatever they want here. No reason to force Rite of Flame.
Well, it would have been 1 short of Desire.
Would they?
If they didn't have. Yeah, they would have had 6. So
1,
then to
2, 3,
activate.
4,
so
5, 6.
This 3, 6.
Yeah, they can't Desire from here. They could Echo from here.
Right. I think we force this.
All right. Yeah, I think so too. They could also like grab Veil, win the fight over this, but then I have a Wish Call going into my turn. Doesn't even sound good. This is where they juke us and they're on Naws the whole time.
Right. Oh yeah, they're probably going to Echo. And then the idea is that they wind up desiring or relaying for a bajillion, which probably isn't good enough against us.
They didn't float, so it has to be Echo, yeah.
No, I mean post Echo.
Yeah, I mean like on this, I was thinking like they could have just gotten Relay and stored up 7.
So we do have a force, and we also have a good hand otherwise.
Yep. They're just they're very close to lethal tendrils here. I mean, Storm is already there. They put tendrils on the stack. It's good enough. Mox.
No land drop.
Pitched a Burning Wish. That's scary.
They don't play main deck tendrils, so
okay.
That gave them Desire. We should have thought about that.
Yeah, shit. I was just clicking, obviously. All right, yeah, I blew it. Tony with the Storm Brain and me with a smooth Control Brain. I'm just doing it wrong. Let's hope they only hit 1 payoff and can't get through this force. Pretty likely on 10 cards, right?
Yeah.
Desire into Desire. We're mega dead.
Yeah, we can pack this one up.
Yeah, the whole counting to 6 business. I will admit I'm not dialed in on. Yeah, there was a shot there to maybe cut them off in the middle.
Yeah, I think they were dead in the water to that. I don't know what their other 2 cards were, but they definitely weren't rituals. Otherwise, they would have cast them. So I think we had them. Okay, so we don't need ley lines. We don't need Kappa. We don't need Echoing Truth. We don't need Grid. Haywire Might is the only thing of use here, and I do think it's reasonable enough to play in place of probably an Urza. It's maybe a bit on the slow side.
Sure. Sounds good.
If you have time, put the Ottawara in. If we want more lands, we might as well be doing that, right?
What do we cut for that?
Emery.
All right. think we got it in. Maybe. All right, yeah, we're in.
Nice. Unless you draw both of them, it's just adding an island to the deck.
Right. On the play, feel the Yorion. This hand
is actually pretty good.
Yeah, this is a lot of spice. This is turn 1 Monolith Key. Find an island.
Untap the Monolith.
Yeah.
And get the island.
And find an island.
And bobble.
Yeah, if we don't get turn 1, we're in pretty good shape.
Yep. I'm reading the opponent messaged, if you're wondering why I'm laughing.
Yeah. Opponent said, their wife said, "Oh, this is the guy we hear every night falling asleep. Glad to be part of this married couple's bedroom routine." That's all I want. That's why I got on the internet. But all joking aside, I do love to hear that I'm part of somebody's routine, whether it's like morning coffee, morning drive, hopefully without video on, but I narrate enough that you can just listen to it. Okay. Let's party. Who's the Storm deck now?
Would have been considerably better if this were a Grim Monolith, but what can you do?
That tends to be just a true fact about the world.
The Monolith world.
Yep. I guess we just got the Trop. They can't mess with our mana base, and we do have Haywire Might, right?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. And bobble for our chance to draw Force of Will, or keep this for a PO object?
I mean, it's worth more if we wind up peeing PO into PO, but I think
if we stand up peeing.
Yeah, I would just fire it off.
All right, have a look. Dark Ritual, cool. That's the card that makes their deck go fast. All right, there's Grim Daddy.
That's good.
All right, don't kill me. Don't duress me. Normally they don't have discard.
They play 3 Thoughtseize right now, I think.
Bummer. All right.
Well, honestly, I haven't looked at the very latest list, or I saw the list, but I didn't peek at the sideboard.
They gotta stop innovating. I just barely know what's going on most of the time.
Right. Plus, a lot of the people are just, trying all sorts of different things, so you can't really make too many assumptions.
Yep.
Or there are some assumptions that it would be ill-advised to make.
Yep. Okay. So the Dark Ritual we just saw is under the Chrome Mox. I hope this is like a relay or just a Wish Claw. Oof. Hate that. Who let them be a control deck? I mean, we still get to PO for 2 plus whatever we draw. All right, let's just draw another key and make this easy. Bummer. Do we PO for 2? Do we try to move towards Yorion?
I would PO for 2.
All right.
Worst case, we can at least replay them and then pick up Yorion. And then we'll see here.
I hate when my opponent's aggressive lines are correct. I always want to just like, you dazed my Ponder, land, whatever, you're dead. I don't care. But in this spot, it was correct. Ooh. Nice. More POs for the future.
So, we just replay.
Basalt's cheaper to untap, and it's the same coming in. I guess the difference is, do we want to cycle Lorien revealed this turn?
I don't think so.
Alright, so Basalt into Grim is the sequence. You even have enough mana left to tap Grim Monolith, then untap it. Yeah, we don't need Yorion here. Okay, let's hope spewing off a Dark Ritual slows them down enough that we get to keep doing stuff.
Yeah, they only have 3 cards. There are some combinations of cards that could do some damaging things, but most likely not.
Alright, that wasn't one of them. Okay.
That's free money.
Yep.
I play Island, play Basalt Monolith. And I think I like POing here instead of casting Lorien.
Yeah.
I guess we don't have to play
Island. Yeah, we don't
Island.
have to play Island yet. Outcome for 3.
Hopefully we at least draw Force,
Alright, we're in there on Force. Emery, set up for the future.
Oh, we can even cast Lorien here. which I think will probably be worth it. Like if we tap Ancient Tomb, might as well play all the monoliths out.
So Grim Monolith, and then Monolith.
Or do we have? Yeah, just play him.
All right. And you think Lorien's better as draw 3 than Emery and blue card backup? I guess Emery's pretty slow. We boarded one out. Yeah, I like having 3 cards when I could otherwise not have 3 cards.
3 now, I think, is better. You have a good chance of drawing into double force here. Or a reasonable chance.
Dang. All right, there's Engine, so I'm going to sandbag this Opal. Or do I play Emery and just have force backup? Or save these for the Engine? Emery's really good. There's keys
I'd play Emery at this point.
Yeah.
And you can cast something with Emery to turn the Engine on.
Yeah, right. Cool. Okay.
So now we have force and likely a win incoming. What do we have in the yard?
We're about to... nothing came off there. There's Petal, Bauble, Voltaic Key, Lotus Petal.
We do get to untap all permanents with Engine, so...
Oh yeah, Emery is...
That's actually an insane...
Emery's infinite mana.
Yeah.
And infinite storm. If we have any payoff for it. At minimum, we can cast Yorion, I guess. And pass with hardcast force up.
We can bobble infinitely, right?
Yep. Enough. Make sure we don't lose.
Yeah, so as long as we don't die right now, just like bobble into a million forces.
Rate of Flame, LED. Yeah,
we
just
let that go.
Yeah, whatever comes out of this. The worst they could do here is relay for 3. Or I guess they could. Oh yeah, they're just Hellbent. Cool. Alright, it's party time. We'll show these. Epic Storm wusses what real combo looks like. Actual infinite coming your way. You heard it here first. TonyScapone said the Epic Storm is for wusses.
I did. I said that.
Loud and clear. Alright, Bauble. Infinite. Yield. So we basically draw enough cards. We can't have to be careful not to deck ourselves here.
I don't think there's any use tapping these monoliths because we're not actually casting anything.
We're casting Yorion, right?
Yeah.
But alright, so I'll just float colorless. Or color. Keep looking at this Lotus Petal over and over again. Grab Yorion. These lines are worse than the combo lines. I've played Bomber on the channel before, and just in life, there was a while where I thought Bomberman was genuinely a reasonable deck to take to a tournament, and these like draw 40 with Bauble pass combo again next turn lines are so much worse than your actual win lines.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot better in a blue deck, huh? With forces.
Yeah. I just mean for the clicks.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, the first pit event, my buddy got 10th with it.
With Bomber?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because it's underrepresented because people don't play it a lot online because of all the clicks.
Right.
So it's kind of a sleeper in paper, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, a Philly bass player, Nicholas DeJohn, he has been on Gyruda Bomber for quite some time. Like, Gyruda is an almost free companion. It makes sideboarding in your plows a little awkward, but it's a huge payoff that's just chilling when you have infinite mana and nothing to do with it. Yeah. I have played that deck on the channel, by the way, if anyone cares to check it out.
Oh, yeah.
I've also not been counting. Oh, Storm count is 13. Thanks, Magic Online, for the layup.
So, I think we can, like, just, I don't know, after like 20 or so, just stop. Because we're going to draw at least a force, and there's no one card that...
Right.
Even if we completely whiffed, there's no one card that can get us here. Or that they would play, at least.
And they're drawing Lotus Petal. We've seen it 15 times now.
Yep. Oh, right.
That's the other text on this card.
I don't know how I've just been ignoring that this whole time. So yeah, I would just pass because we're gonna draw into a win. And then we
Okay.
can.
I'm gonna get all my petals into play because that's mostly free to do. I think I attack with Emery too. Send a message.
Oh hell yeah! Do you attack with crabs when you're playing mill?
I'd have to play mill to have an answer to that question.
I'll put it this way: anytime I play against mill, and I'm on a storm combo deck with no creatures on board, and they don't attack with crab, it's very upsetting.
Yeah, that's fair.
So why would you not send that message?
Yeah, just cowardly behavior.
Yep.
Blue. And now a Yorion. Oh, whoops. I forgot to float all the mana, but Yorion will untap it. It's fine. It's all the same junk.
Yep.
And do we flicker Emery for the options?
Can
we mill something that kills us? I guess is the question. Like, is this?
I mean, we don't want to mill Thassa's Oracle. But...
Okay, I'm just not gonna do it. We're gonna draw our whole deck. Why get silly? All right, one more for the road. Okay, send it. That 1 point attack, I'm very proud of. Okay, so I F6. You draw a Lotus Petal. 16 of them. I guess the revealed card count could have also been my bobble count. Smart. There's Echo. We found a ring. Yeah, that's GG.
Big time.
The engine already in play. Let's see if opponent went off to get a BLT, or if they're actually still here.
Honestly, I think the fastest way to win here is cast a Seagate, attack and pass, and then just attack steps with infinite forces.
Seagate, attack, pass. That's your line. Do we have a Seagate?
No. Get a Seagate.
Oh, you mean with my ring? Just find it somehow.
Go find one.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess we can do whatever we want. Opponent in the chat said, "Oh yeah, those." They clearly forgot about the bobble triggers. I don't know if they thought I was just goofing around or what. Yep, could have floated an extra blue there. I don't think it matters.
Meh.
Here comes my deck. All right, here we go. We got the scoop. Appreciate it. I wonder if they would have scooped 10 minutes ago if they realized that I was drawing 20 cards. Okay, this is still the same deck, so there's still the same plan. And right back in.
Yep.
There is a running, I would call it a joke, except that it's true on my channel, that anytime a league going poorly, I just beat Storm to salvage it in the last round. And anytime a league's going well, I lose to Reanimator. I have many 4-1s with my loss to Reanimator and many 1-4s with my win against Storm on this channel. So we're due for it. I already blew it once, like that, miscounting that Dark Ritual in game 1. Little look behind the curtain for those of you watching at home. It is 11:30 p.m. at the time that we're recording this, and we've been at it since 8 p.m. This has been a very long, grindy league late at night. Yeah. So my brain is not 100% right now.
It happens.
The things I do to keep videos coming out for you fine folks. No force, no mana. Or we have Seagate into Voltaic Key. That is still not actually mana, but any mana source gets these monoliths ripping with Key. You like this on spec, especially knowing your opponent's combo.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is right on the
power
edge.
level is so high.
Yep.
If we hit. Let's go.
All right. Whatever.
Mulling into force isn't necessarily great against the relay deck.
Yeah, I was less interested in mulling for force than mulling for 2 guaranteed mana sources.
Yeah.
All right, we've got LED in the mix here. Looks like opponent's doing proper Storm junk over there. Or this could just be a relay for 4. That's how it looks at the moment. Yep, cool. Investing in success. Thoughtseize. Well, I'm glad I'm going to get my single mana source out of my hand before that card is live. Not really much action over there. That kind of sucks, actually. Ah, they had the Echo too. This is nonsense. All right. Bye, hand that I worked so hard for. Hello, worse hand. Yeah, that was a pretty good open.
No forces even, huh?
Nope, not allowed.
I'd like a Grim Monolith, please.
Okay, no such luck. Did not
At
get
least
what you wanted.
They can't really Thoughtseize Ring. That's a good thing.
Yep.
I'd like to play Chromox.
Yeah, Chromox, exiling. I guess we got to pitch the Desire. That's the only one. Get the key out. Play Seagate as land. At least Thoughtseize is mostly blank, but we're not really doing anything else either.
Play that tapped.
Yep. Then Chromox, exile Desire, play key, and we're just gonna top deck. We're gonna survive this turn, then top deck Grim Monolith. It's easy.
Even Basalt Monolith is fine here.
Right. Yeah, any monolith. Let's do it. And this Dark Ritual and Thoughtseize are a use it or lose it situation, so it's gonna happen.
I will say, a Force of Will hand would have given them problems.
Yeah, they would have just been on that relay with no action.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Yep, I can just F6 from here, at least unless they echo again. Am I dead? Or was your echo as bad for you as it was for me?
Yeah, because if we can play a One Ring, that does guarantee us another turn. They don't play any way to get around it.
Right. A Storm is 4, 5 mana available. Lotus Petal gets them a big old Desire.
You want to know some secrets? Both Ruby Storm and the Epic Gamble can play right around the ring and kill you.
Yikes, that's scary.
You play I always forget the name. It's something Gambit. It's 1 and 2 red. It's a time walk that you die at that turn's end step.
Okay.
You lose the game. There's I forget what it's called, but where things are in brackets, so you pay an additional cost. It's 4, 2 blue and a red to remove the section that says you die at the end of that turn. And then the big thing is damage cannot be prevented on that turn.
Oh, gross. Yeah, that's cool.
So Ruby Storm just plays that and then kills you with Fiery Confluence because it doesn't target.
Yep, that's cool.
And then the Epic Gamble can play that, make goblins, and then untap and just attack you.
Sweet. All right, well, they have in front of us here a Mind's Desire for 8. It's pretty good. Okay. Whiff, 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 whiff. That's a pretty good hit right away. Desire, yeah. Okay. Maybe they'll accidentally deck themselves with the relay and die next turn. We can pretty safely concede here.
Yeah, they play Petal, Wishclaw, Chain, bounce all of their things, replay them, as well as Rite of Flame, and then Desire for 23 or something.
Yeah, they don't even need to Desire. I mean, they should because it's fun. But they have a clean line to Tendrils here.
No, they don't play it in the main deck. So I'm not sure they have enough mana to... Oh, yeah, they
have 1, 2, 3, 4. If they chain, it's 5, 6. Or I guess because the mana sources are Chromox, maybe not. Okay, whiff, whiff, whiff. Chain. Doing the thing. Targeting Lotus Petal. Yeah, they're just building big ol' Storm. I love this line. I played Vintage Storm for many years. That was the only deck that I had in paper for Vintage, and the Chain of Vapor lines are just so satisfying.
Yeah. The blue Rite of Flame.
Yeah, they didn't bounce their Chrome Mox in. Yeah, they were just out of lands. Nothing to make out of that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana.
Our best bet is that they relay for some reason.
Exile all their tutors and then can't Desire. But yeah, that would be a monumental punt from this position. I'm mostly just enjoying my popcorn and letting them Desire off. It's been a long night. It's close to midnight. Leagues run poorly in basically every way that it could. So let's have some fun and watch somebody do their thing. Yeah, there's Burning Wish with enough mana to Tendrils. Ooh, Desire into Desire. Mazel tov. Look at this. All right, I'm conceding. I've seen enough. GG's. Turns out that miscount on game 1 did, in fact, cost us the match. I was hoping to get away with that one. Okay, so rough record this league, but that's okay. We were doing a lot of talking, wasting a lot of time. Clock was an issue in at least one of the games we played, so thoughts on this list after we played it? You said add some more lands to start. I know this is a work in progress. What are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I don't think we need Desire. It's basically a win more. It's funny because I built this deck around Desire was the idea, and then you wind up with a shell that it's just not even good enough to be in the deck. But I would be cutting those. I'd be playing a couple extra lands. I think they want to be City of Traders. Just having more consistent access to soul lands, I think, is really good. It helps our openers big time.
Yeah, the ring hands were the ones that felt like we were really doing something.
Right. And I do want the 4th Monolith. It's just so important to have Key and Monolith.
Right, there's only 3 Basalts in the current build.
Yeah. When I put the Desires in, I took out a Monolith, and I think I took out an Emery, but I think I'm fine with 3 Emerys. I think I would want a City of Traders, and then maybe we're cutting, I don't know, something else. Maybe even a Chrome Mox or an Urza, or I'm not sure. Maybe the Emerys come out. Maybe they're too slow. There's a lot of different things that we could do. But I think the sideboard, we definitely want either Emrakul or Nexus of Fate, which is an interesting win con. I considered playing that card like as the win con, but the problem is I want to be able to beat the ring. I don't want to be cold to the 1 ring and just have to like pass the turn. Emrakul could be a way to, okay, you play the ring. I'm going to Emrakul, destroy your permanents,
right,
and
have
you
come out of protection, but you don't have anything. Yeah.
Right, and you can pass because of Seagate, you can literally pass with a bajillion forces.
Right. Mathematically bajillion. So
if that's the case, right, we could play Emrakul main, and then we wouldn't have to, because Thoracle LED Echo is a clunky thing. Like it's justifiable because Echo's fine. LED can be fine in certain situations. It's possible we even still want to play those cards and just cut the Thassa's Oracle. But I think I might rather cut LED Echo and just play the Emrakul, cut the Thoracle.
Yeah, so if Oracle's out, did you say the LED Echo are staying or they're gone too?
I think we should be cutting them.
Sure.
And adding a second city. And then we have 1 more card to play with.
Yep.
Maybe another Bauble. It helps Mox Opal consistency.
Yep, makes Emery better. I just realized we were playing with mismatched Voltaic keys this whole league. Now I'm on tilt. That's why we lost.
Oh, I realized a while ago.
I think in my brain, I was like, there's just 3 different keys in the deck. not like there are only 2, and I messed up. I have the right number. Maybe not.
Yeah, this could just be, this could be better. But we definitely want more lands. It's been limited testing, even like the 4 or 5 leagues that I've played, or maybe even more. I definitely didn't get mana screwed as much as we did this league, but considering the density that had occurred during the entirety of a league here, I do think we want more lands.
Yep.
But yeah, I do think the archetype has legs, especially with like Storm. I guess this technically isn't a Storm deck because there's no Storm cards, but it basically is. In my experience, you do a lot of losing before you start doing winning.
Right.
Just working out the kinks. And like we said earlier, it's a really hostile environment for really any sort of combo deck right now, especially one that's trying to cast a lot of spells.
For sure. All right, well, let's sign this one off. We're not going to solve the world storm problems tonight, but the viewer did get a good view at a work in progress. We experienced things in the league like getting milled out by Grindstone and mulling a bunch of hands that had no mana, and we fixed it by changing the win con, adding lands. Like, this is the process. Decks aren't perfect to start, and we're moving in the right direction. So, Tony, I'm going to have all your links in the video description, but if you just want to plug yourself one more time, and then we can get out of here.
Yeah, so I'm TonyScapone everywhere you might find me, right? So YouTube, Twitch, I do a lot of streaming. I stream on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, around 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then I stream a challenge every other Sunday. I do have a Patreon as well, because outside of this, of course, I've created a couple of Storm decks that are now kind of mainstays in Legacy. That being the Epic Gamble, a Red Storm deck, and Black Saga Storm, a mono black Storm deck. So check me out.
Yep. And I appreciate you being here, hanging out. I wasn't expecting to release a 2-hour video when we signed up to play combo together, but it was a good time hanging out and talking through the lines and stuff. So appreciate you. Everybody else, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out my Patreon, check out all the sponsors who make the channel possible, and I'll see you next time.